मैंने क्या पैसे हरवा दिए
नहीं नहीं यार, क्लाउडा को गलत पकड़ लिया यार, कोई प्लेयर नहीं है यार पे, टॉक्सिक वाला है नहीं यार।
बेंजिन का थोड़ा सही में से नेचुरल निकल गया था बट
हाँ बट यार वो नेचुरली गलत होता है।
चल एम्बर को ले लेते हैं।
हाँ एम्बर बोलेगा मैं नहीं खेल रहा भाई, ये
एम्बर बोलेगा भाई मैं
लॉन्ग
आपकी टीम में नहीं खेल रहा हूं भाई, ये रेवन पीक ही नहीं करता है भाई। अब आयुष बोलेगा रेवन माय बैड ही नहीं बोलता है गाइस।
हाँ लो 2 दिन का, अगले दिन का एलपी का पैसा चला गया भाई भंडारे में।
तो फिर जो एस प्लेयर थे वो चले गए, ए प्लेयर अभी एस
हम
प्लेयर
लोग को एक मैनेजर भी लगेगा भाई अकाउंटिंग में, क्योंकि ये मैं यहाँ पे
मैंने कॉमर्स करा है।
नहीं 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 भाई, साइक्लोन पे फुल ट्रस्ट भाई, फुल ट्रस्ट।
अकाउंटिंग एंड फाइनेंस
कॉमर्स करा है भाई। हाँ
उसको बिजनेस में बैंकर बना रहे हो।
हाँ भाई, सिर्फ इसको हमारे फंड्स मैनेज करने हैं जो 100 आएंगे, और कौन जीता कौन नहीं जीता एक लीडर बोर्ड बनेगा। और
गाइस
टॉप
मेरे वाले
ये 11 मैन रहेंगे भाई।
मेरे वाले वॉच पार्टी पे आ जाओ गाइस।
भाई तूने वॉच पार्टी कर ली, फिर यहाँ पे उल्टे सीधे बातें होंगी, फिर
हाँ तो उल्टी सीधी बातें ही तो जरूरी है
भाई, ना तो हम जाते हैं अलग में।
नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं मत करो भाई, ऐसा मत करो।
अबे नहीं हम
अरे बिना गाली के बिना भी बातें होती है गाइस।
मैं अच्छा इंसान नहीं, मैं बुरा इंसान हूँ।
अरे तू अच्छा इंसान नहीं है चलेगा।
ये तीन भाषा
अरे वो तो उसको पता है भाई, तो अच्छा इंसान नहीं है।
हेयर कट क्या मारा है?
अच्छा क्या हेयर कट है ना,
आगे के बाल काटे नहीं है,
ये तो बिल्कुल उसकी तरह लग रहा है आर्सन ऐश।
आगे के बाल काटे हैं मैंने।
आगे के तो नहीं लग रहे काटे।
हेडलाइन रिसीड हो रही है ना?
हाँ
पूरी रिसीड हो गई
एकदम, इधर से उधर से इधर से।
अबे बोलो भाई खेलना है क्या कल से?
100%
मैं रेडी हूं, मैं रेडी हूं।
आई मीन भाई
हेलो नेक्सी।
Microphone activated.
खेल लेगा
भाई 12 मैन तो है नहीं, पहली बात 11 मैन है और एक छक्का है।
व्हाट द फक, क्या बोल रहा है भाई?
और पवन +1 लिख रहा है भाई, व्हाट द फक।
एग्री कर रहा है
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे स्किन्स फॉर नाइफ, स्किन फॉर गन्स, सर्वर स्लॉट है 12।
हाँ 12
1050 रुपए लग रहे हैं महीने का।
12 6 वर्सेस 6 खेलेंगे।
अबे ओ हेलो, चलो रेवन का एक स्लॉट चला गया, 11 हो गए गाइस।
तो 12 है ना।
कम हो गया ना एक, बता
लेकिन यहाँ पे आउट ऑफ स्टॉक क्यों बता रहा है ब्रोसेना?
ब्रोसेना नहीं ब्रो, कांचा इज हियर, व्हाई यू फियर? वेयर इज कांचा? वी डोंट नीड एनी मनी ब्रो।
एलओटी पॉलिश एयरलाइंस, ओह सॉरी ये दूसरा है।
कांचा दिला देगा ब्रो। कांचा का है, कांचा का है।
हाँ आई डोंट थिंक सो, इससे अलावा कोई बच रहा है और तो कोई नहीं बच रहा।
चॉकलेट मंगाई कल भाई, फिर
फर्टिलिटी माइट लूज ब्रो।
चॉकलेट है
क्या चॉकलेट?
हां और भाई कितनी सी है भाई, कितनी छोटी सी।
तो रीपर जवाब बाहर जा चल
भाई। देख अभी तू और रेवन फिर खेलने को नहीं मिलेगा
भाई। कैटा का व्हाट्सएप नंबर लीक हो गया
भाई। क्या हो
रेवन मारता चोद
अंदर घुस जा तो फिर भाई मेरे
लीक हो गया तो किसके सामने लीक हुआ है? कौन से तेरे स्ट्रीम पे भाई? 30,000 लाख लोग हैं।
तूने स्ट्रीम पे लीक, अरे क्या हो गया मां की चूत उनकी।
लीक हो गया, लीक
क्या मैं चैट में ही डाल देता हूं
उनको भाई, ये बोल दे कि उनको ये बोल दे डोनेशन के लिए ये पेटीएम नंबर है।
ऑल फॉर नाइट फन लिखता हूं।
ओ भाई टीम ने रिटायरमेंट अनाउंस कर दिया भाई।
यप
विनिंगेस्ट प्लेयर, ये मैं तो पढ़ भी नहीं पा रहा हूँ क्या लिखा है इसमें।
Yeah. So I think that Mirage is going to go on for the Mongolz, honestly.
That's the go-to pick for the Mongolz so far.
Yeah, but here's the hard thing. In the 4 series they've played this year, Mongolz have
Anubis आएगा अभी।
They've never been able to pick a map that will have success. And it's
भावेश
the depth of
नहीं
map
डस्टू आया।
अभी तो यही लग रहा है ऑप्शन भाई। ये हो गया रे, केओस का बच्चा है भाई।
के निको चोक करेगा, क्यों के कुछ कर भी नहीं पाएगा बेचारा।
जेरा ओलोफ माइस्टर गार्डियन कैरिगन क्या नहीं था भाई।
ये क्या नाम प्रोनाउंस?
गांधीयन
गांधीयन ऑफ एस्कोबार।
अबे
we got the classic Counter-Strike map pool for a major.
But how is it Inferno has been turning out for Vitality so
तुम
far?
मेरे में सभी हो,
You remember what happened
आप बना रहे हो
yesterday?
क्लाउड?
Against Legacy?
हाँ
Yeah, it's been
बना
a couple
दिया।
back-to-back, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty sick that they don't even care about those losses. They're letting it through again.
All I'm saying is if we go
Dupree
to the
32
map,
पे
that's
retire
gonna
हुआ
be
बे।
super interesting.
अबे तूने नीचे नीचे उनको पूछा क्लाउडा?
क्या
नीचे उनको पूछा
क्या पूछा?
वो लोग 10 बैन खेलेंगे कि नहीं?
अरे डाल दिया उनका नाम, पूछेंगे आ जाएंगे।
So if they want to win, they're going to need to watch out for this. So this is a round from yesterday, Vitality versus Mongolz, and it looks like a bit of a hero round.
क्या शफल होके टीम बनेगा क्या?
हाँ डेली अलग अलग
नीचे फॉर्मेट भी डाला है।
फॉर्मेट है ना भाई।
भाई मैटर हो गया भाई मेरे नंबर के साथ भाई। क्या यार ये क्या चल रहा है? ये लेका फोर्ब्स एंड ऑल मदर चोद भाई, इसने मेरा नंबर चोद दिया भाई।
So
बट
let's break this
कौन
down
क्या
now. So
डिसाइड
what you're
करेगा
gonna see
कौन
here is
एस है
on the
कौन
right
सी
side,
है
two
कौन
players
बी
here
है
towards the mid side, two
कौन ए
players
है
towards cap,
अबे
two
प्लेयर
players here
कमेटी
towards the
बैठेगी
jungle,
भाई उसके लिए
window position,
Oh my
and then
God.
Zywoo here towards
दे
A.
विल डिस
अब भाई
Now what you're gonna
किसी
see
को अपने
initially
अपने
is that
चैनल का
Apex
एक्सेस
is
दे
gonna
दिया और
toss
उस
their
बंदे को
Molotov
बोलेंगे
here
भाई कि
towards
तू
that
स्ट्रीम कर दे ये
bottom underpass
अबे
position.
ऐसा करा
Good
करेंगे गाइस, मेरी बात सुनो, रात का गेम खत्म होने के बाद एक बार नेक्स्ट डे की टीम बना लेंगे और फिर नेक्स्ट 24 आवर्स बाद गेम होगा।
हाँ मैं भेज दूंगा रे वो चीज मेरा स्ट्रीम की भेज दूंगा।
नहीं नहीं, तू तेरा स्ट्रीम पूरा भेज दे, जो भी आईडी वगैरह सब कुछ, तो और अच्छा होगा।
नहीं नहीं स्ट्रीम की भेजूंगा भाई।
भाई यार मेरा नंबर भेजो कहाँ चला गया भाई, मुझे क्यों लगातार ओटीपी आ रहे हैं।
ओटीपी कौन भेज रहा है पता?
यार मेरे गुण क्यों मार रहे हो यार।
अबे मैं अबे देख इसको पता है साइक्लोन में करता हूँ क्या ये सब।
हाँ भाई करता है।
नहीं, बेलापुर में नहीं होता है सब,
हाँ,
ऐसा
ना
सब नहीं
भाई।
करते
भाई
भाई।
ये कब तक चलेगा?
ये देख,
क्या
मैं
पता
मैं तेरे को
देख,
बता
मैं
रहा हूँ,
देख,
जब
मेरे
तक
को नहीं
रेवन
पता ब्रो।
स्ट्रीम करेगा थोड़ा थोड़ा ये दिक्कत झेलनी पड़ेगी।
रेवन तू झाट हुआ, तूने टीएस क्यों खोला?
अरे भाई ये साइक्लोन कर रहा है।
अच्छा
इसका बाप तो मेरी
साइक्लोन भी नहीं करता ये सब भाई, ये सब
साइक्लोन ही करता है तो फन।
अबे मैं इसलिए बोल
तो
रहा हूँ
मैं
अलग
भरोसा
चैनल पे
ले
जाते हैं भाई।
सकता
रेवन तू स्ट्रीम पे
User
अकेले बैठ,
joined your channel.
हम कुछ
ये
कर नहीं
रेवन तो
सकते।
गई ही है भाई, मेरे को पहले से ही पता था।
मेरे को भी पता है भाई ये तो।
क्या अबे स्पॉट,
अबे ये कहाँ से आया? हेलो
अभी है
भाई, ये तो वाइल्ड कार्ड मार दिया इसने।
कौन भाई, अभी हम लोग क्या
कैटास्ट्रॉफी भाई,
बात कर
आपका
रहे थे
नंबर
भाई।
ऐड नहीं हो रहा।
भाई मंगोल्स।
रुक जाओ, मैं आपको क्लाउड में मैसेज
देखो मैंने
करता हूँ,
ऐड डाला,
सुनो।
मेरे को ऐड कर लो, मतलब नंबर कांटेक्ट वगैरह फिर
यस 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 आई डू इट।
पेनमैन की बातें चल रही है। कौन?
भाई मैच देखो ना भाई।
अबे अभी 10 मैन
अभी 10 मैन की मेरी बात चल रही है साली।
ग्रुप का नाम चेंज करके लेट नाइट एलपी कर दूं?
हाँ कर दे।
ओए
भाई तब फिर हो गया भाई बदमाश कंपनी का आगे बढ़ाने का वो चीज।
ये मैच होता है बदमाश कंपनी, ज्यादा पैसा यहाँ कमा लेंगे।
इंडियन सीएस प्रो नहीं रखेंगे नाम क्योंकि
सेवन
ऐसे मत बोलो भाई।
तेरे को पता है जब जब तेरे पास एलपी का पैसा आएगा ना भाई, तेरे को और
बदमाश कंपनी एक विजन है ब्रो।
भाई मैं तो सही में भाई वेट कर रहा हूँ जब भैंसो लोग ने दूसरे चिड़ जाएंगे और बोल रहे हैं कल सेम टीम के साथ भोसड़ी के 500 रुपए लगा ले।
अबे वैसे तो वैसे भी लगी रहे डेली बात।
नहीं मतलब कि पर पर्सन 500 रुपए लगवा लो, 2500 रुपए आ जाओ। एक बंदा बोल
और
रहा है
भाई
कि तेरी
ट्रस्ट
मेरी अलग टीम
कितना
की लगा दी।
बढ़ेगा भाई एक दूसरे पे।
अब कुछ तो करेंगे
ये
भाई।
बहनचोद आकाश इंस्टीट्यूट।
हाँ भाई पूरे दिन भैंसो पे जाना।
मेरे को कॉल भी आ रहा है बहनचोद। मेरा नंबर भी किसी ने कर दिया रे कार्ड।
गेस कर ये कौन कर रहा है भाई?
ये रीपर कर रहा है भाई, मैं बता रहा हूँ।
ये देख फील कर सकता है।
हॉस्पिटल में लगा दिया है।
भाई मैं कैसे करूंगा? हेलो
हॉस्पिटल में लगा
भाई
दिया
क्या
कि
है?
ये तो
इतना फ्री टाइम थोड़ी है मेरे पास।
नुवोना मार्केट्स रिगार्ड्स ये क्या है?
रिपर नहीं किया है ये लौड़े ने, नाइट का भी किया था अभी याद आया।
अबे क्या?
नाइट का भी रिपर नहीं किया
भाई
था।
कॉल स्पैम भी आ रहा है मुझे। हेलो
भाई रिपर पकड़ा गया।
जूम से यार ये सब क्या है? रिलायंस रिटेल अकाउंट।
User left your
लौड़े
channel.
लग गए तेरे भाई।
कल अपना मैच है ना?
हाँ हाँ
भाई तूने है कि नहीं?
भाई जिसने भी किया है उसकी माँ की चुद 1000 बार।
User left your channel.
कॉल क्यों आ रहा है मुझे?
रेवन तूने कितना हीलो दिया लास्ट गेम हमको?
कम ही दिया है ना, मेरा कम ही लो है।
भाई 25 या 35 ले लिया भाई
नहीं
तुमने।
हमारा हमको
15 मिला है।
पहले तो इसको ब्लॉक करता हूँ।
इसलिए
इसको भी ब्लॉक करता हूँ।
अभी कुछ नहीं होगा ब्लॉक से गांडू, जब तक वो करा तब तक होता रहेगा। नहीं
स्विच ऑफ कर दे।
ऐसी बात है चोट करा।
स्विच ऑफ कर दे भाई, जैसे स्विच ऑन करेगा एक साथ मैसेज आएंगे ढेर सारे।
फोन क्रैश हो जाएगा।
फोन क्रैश और फिर तू बोलना भाई आईफोन के पैसे एलपी से कमाऊंगा जी।
अच्छा पहले एक बात होता है, रेवन तू मर्द बन गया ना?
नहीं बना भाई अभी
नहीं
तक।
नहीं नहीं मर्द नहीं, रेवन नहीं।
अरे भाई ये तो कर्जे में डूबते हुए जा रहा है भाई ये तो। फिर पहले हमने एक रूल बनाया था कि बदमाश वाले में जब भी हम खेलेंगे कोई नाइफ में
जस्ट लाइक गुड ओल्ड डेज बेंजीन, कर्जे पे डूबता ही जा रहा है।
अबे यार ऐसे मत बोल भाई। पकड़ा गया रेवन सबसे पहले और मैं एम्बर भाई से 100 रुपए की बेट भी जीत गया।
ट्रिपल कमाई डबल कमाई होती है वो।
100 रुपए की बेट मैंने वहाँ पे भी लगाई थी ना, एम्पायर पे रूलेट।
फिर तो तेरे को पक्का मिल गया होगा 1 पैसा।
यप 210 रुपीज मिल गया। उसका ऑर्डर कर दिया भाई, मुगलई पराठा 4 और 4 मटन कबाब।
जिम करूंगा, डाइट ओट्स खाऊंगा और रात को तो मुगलाई पराठा भी खाना है, कीमा पराठा के साथ।
अबे हाँ यार, मम्मी की थोड़ी तबीयत खराब चल रही है तो।
विजन क्या है? अच्छा भाई, मैंने विजन बोला था भाई।
अबे मेरा भी वजन बढ़ गया है।
कैन यू लुक फॉरवर्ड टू वाइटलिटी विनिंग?
योर्स क्रॉनी का भी बर्थडे है भाई आज तो। हैप्पी बर्थडे टू
आज
यू।
फ्लेम्स का है।
हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू।
हैप्पी बर्थडे फ्लेम्स। मे गॉड ब्लेस यू।
यूके रैप में सुना
भाई निकालता हूँ, रुक।
थोड़ा हो गया रे।
अब एक राउडा ने कहां पे ऐड किया इंडियन सीएस बेंचो, जिसको नहीं बोल नहीं होगा।
इंडियन सीएस क्यों?
वही होगा भाई।
ग्रुप का नाम चेंज कर दिया है।
लेट नाइट एलपी है ब्रो।
भाई अच्छा किया।
ग्रुप का नाम चेंज कर दिया है, लेट नाइट एलपी। और भाई एक दिन में पैसा डबल करें।
लेट नाइट एलपी, चलो साथ में खाई लिट्टी।
लिट्टी
रेवन तू है तो डिस्टिंक्टिव वैसे।
सॉरी एलेक्सा, प्लीज टेल मी द मीनिंग ऑफ डिस्टिंक्शन।
अबे बट एलेक्सा तो पे अटक गई।
डिस्टिंक्टिव मतलब डिफरेंट।
एलेक्सा रंडी है मारा चुत बंद नहीं किया। एलेक्सा टर्न ऑफ फैन 1।
अभी तूने फैन 2 बोला था।
हाँ तो फैन 2 फैन 1 दोनों। फैन 2 बंद नहीं हुआ, फैन 1 बंद किया। 2 फैन है
भाई। पवन का डीपी तो एकदम पूरा एकदम शुभ जैसा है भाई।
ए स्पॉन पे क्या बोल रहा है?
कौन? हेलो
कौन?
क्या बोल रहा है?
स्पॉन म्यूटेड है।
ले रोज तू मेरे सामने ना, मुझे रोज हीरो मिलेगा, मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा।
अबे चुप हो जा भाई। हैं चोदीलो लेगा मेरे से।
देख तेरा हीरो जाएगा लेकिन बदमाश ऊपर जाएगा
यार मेरा हीरो चला गया यार, एक्स्ट्रा 10 हीरो।
अबे तू समझ, एक बदमाश।
हाँ तो क्या बदमाश के लिए क्या मैं लेवल 5 हो जाऊं?
कट्टा तो पूरा है ना।
क्या बोला रे?
25 के 25 हीरो ही कटता है, फिर मिलता कम है बस।
हाँ नहीं, मैं इसको पैसा तो मिलेगा बदमाश का बाद में जाके।
उस हिसाब से मैं तब तक लेवल 5 हो जाऊंगा।
User joined your channel.
बाद में ग्राइंड कर लेना भाई।
User joined your channel.
हाँ भाई रेवन।
हाँ
स्ट्रीम कर रहा है अभी भी?
हाँ तो क्या 5 मिनट के लिए स्ट्रीम करूंगा और फिर बंद कर दूंगा?
नहीं
मैं नहीं बैठ
पूछना
रहा
था
फिर
ना।
इधर।
User left your channel.
सेम भाई जा रहा हूँ।
क्यों?
User left your channel. User left your channel.
अबे भाई ये
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
अबे रेवन के साथ नहीं बैठ रहा भाई मैं।
हाँ रेवन का तो मत बैठो।
नहीं बैठना पड़ेगा भाई।
Channel switched.
अबे मत कर बे रेवन।
क्यों भाई? नहीं भाई मैं वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ साथ में।
स्ट्रीम करना फिर
नहीं वॉच पार्टी नहीं, साथ में वॉच पार्टी। नहीं साथ में वॉच पार्टी।
Channel switched.
और गंदे गंदे जोक्स मार रहे हैं अंदर।
गाइस साथ में वॉच पार्टी करेंगे एकदम विदाउट एनी गाली गलौज।
अगर पीछे तो एक काम करते, मैं डिस्कॉर्ड देता हूँ मेरा
हाँ,
प्राइवेट चैनल
दूसरा
पे
TS देता हूँ,
सबको
वहाँ पे
कर दूंगा
भाई ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हो भाई? साथ में वॉच पार्टी करेंगे, अच्छी बात है ना।
कर भाई
10 लोग में
करना।
वॉच पार्टी में क्या सुनाई देगा? व्यूअर भी भाग जाएंगे।
और 10 के 10 व्यूअर टीएस पे बैठे रहेंगे। बेंच और कौन सी वॉच पार्टी
क्या
है?
है वैसे?
भाई मत करो यार, देखो यार
अबे
साथ में
नहीं बैठना भाई, तेरे
मजे
साथ बोल रहे हैं।
मजे
ये
करो
क्या
यार।
जिद्दीपन है
मजे भाई मजे हो गए नहीं स्ट्रीम पे।
नहीं
समझ
चाहिए
रहा है।
भाई तू हमको जा फक ऑफ।
क्यों?
गंदे जोक मार
अगर
रहे हैं,
तेरे को
कैसे मजे होंगे
तेरे को
भाई?
तेरा स्ट्रीम करना है जाके कर भाई।
क्यों
अगर हमारे
भाई?
साथ बैठना है तो
क्यों
स्ट्रीम नहीं चाहिए।
क्यों भाई ऐसा क्यों?
अरे क्योंकि हम लोग को
क्यों
नहीं
तू
कंफर्टेबल फील
तू
हो रहा।
सपोर्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहा है भाई?
क्योंकि नहीं कंफर्टेबल फील कर रहा
क्या
भाई।
कंफर्टेबल
support कर
फील?
भाई, वॉर्ड्स लगा जल्दी। ये वाला बड़ा अनोइंग है नहीं?
भाई गाली
अबे
गलौज के
support
छोड़
भाई,
के भी
best
होता
लेके
है।
आ भाई। सेंट्री लगाओ सेंट्री।
चल भाई मैंने प्लस सपोर्ट कर दिया चैट पे, हो गया मेरा सपोर्ट।
अबे जा यार रेवन, माइंड फक मत कर भाई।
भाई
तेरे को अच्छा लगेगा हम
भाई
जाके
देखो
Discord
आराम
बैठ
से
जाएंगे
देखते
सब।
मोंगोल्स को चीयर करते।
तेरे को अच्छा लगेगा अगर हम सब जाके डिस्कॉर्ड बैठ जाएंगे।
भाई अगर तुम वो करना चाहते हो कर लो, अगर
भाई
तुमको वो
तेरी
करना है तो।
stream- तू स्ट्रीम
मत
कर रहा है, किसी
करो
ने भाई
यार।
कॉपीराइट गाना चला दिया फिर।
तो
मैं गाना
6
लगा
महीना
तो मेरे
वेलोसिटी
मोबाइल
कैसा गायब
में
रहे?
कॉपीराइट वाला रुकना था।
लड़ा रील चला।
फील्डिंग हाँ रुक रुक लगा।
हाँ चोद दे इसकी रील चला।
अबे वो वाला तूने वो वाला चला ना।
हाँ रुक रुक।
मुंडा कुक्कड़ कमाल था।
Let's go! It's been 3 weeks of unbelievable matches. Only one
लग
can
जाएगा
be
भाई
the
copyright.
winner today. And I'd like to take the side of the Mongols just for 1 second because isn't what they have done what Counter-Strike is all about? Making something out of nothing. I mean, Hubble begins into a major final with the entire hopes of a nation resting on their shoulders, and I think a fair few Mongols fans here in Austin.
Oh yeah, they're definitely out there. Yes, indeed, that's right. Nothing in this world is given to you, especially on our digital battleground. Every pixel, every key press, every decision made in and out of the server, all add up, culminating into a final form in pursuit of a trophy that is larger than life and for most of us, unattainable.
Unattainable indeed, but for Vitality, they've had so many of them. But I remember a
वो
time
आदमी
in
ने
a
prison
place
की stream दी देखी
called
थी किसी ने?
Boston where we had a similar
उसका setup देखा
situation,
था
a
room
super
में?
team, you may say, on
Analyst
one
है ना वो?
side, and on the other side,
अच्छा,
a top
clear है,
6
नहीं,
team
वो
of
नहीं देखा।
scrappy
मेरे
young
को
guns
KRI,
that
ZZD
weren't
है।
actually meant to win.
No,
भाई
they
रूम में
weren't.
पीछे पूरा जिम
Well, you're
जिम बना
damn
रखा
right
है,
they did,
राइट
Austin.
साइड पे साइकिल वाइकिल लगा रखी है पूरी।
And
तो
guess
भाई
what?
पूरा वाइट टीम है
It is my honor,
डील के
duty,
देखिए वो
and
क्लिप
pleasure
पग
to
में रेस
introduce
कर
to
रहा था
y'all
उसको
here
मैं
at
साइकिल
the
चला के
Clinching
लग रहा
around
था
the world,
हाँ
the grand
मेरा भी
finalists
कुछ दिन में
of
वैसे
the
ही बन जाएगा सब रेडी
Blast.tv
हो गया बस
Austin
इंटीरियर
Major
कराना है
2025.
बस फिर स्ट्रीम करना।
नहीं उतना टाइम नहीं लकी ब्रो लकी
भाई क्या कुछ बाहर ये इन्होंने ड्रोन्स लगा रखे हैं।
एक्चुअली नहीं वो जो आगे स्क्रीन है
वो ड्रोन है भाई। अबे वो कैमरे में दिखा रहे हैं गांडू कि बाहर की क्राउड के ऊपर इसके लैंड है क्या?
भाई क्या
पागल है
ड्रोन से वो ऊपर भाई मंगोल्स का वो लोगो पे लैंड है। स्क्रीन पे दिखा रखा है कि ड्रोन से बाहर।
अभी का लाइव रिप्ले दिखाएंगे। भाई स्लोमो में दिखाएंगे ये रुको। हाँ लाइव।
ये भाई
कितना लंबा दिन हो रहा है
बहुत लंबा है।
Channel switch. Sound muted.
भाई ये पॉलीथीन का कपड़े में कौन है लड़की? ये आई थिंक कास्टर है। नहीं कास्टर नहीं।
From the last time at the Shanghai.
जो क्या बोलते
It's
हैं
for
उसको?
our team, our country, our region.
Are you nervous?
होस्ट
Just do my thing.
होस्ट वो वाली है।
Chasing the dreams.
डीजे
I always think about my teammates.
बॉस
We're like family and brothers.
नहीं
We're just 5 kids who enjoying CS, playing in front of the crowds. I have hope that USA people cheer for us. Yeah.
Everyone knows us. We need to be an inspiration to the younger generations.
Is it possible Mongolz era starts in Austin?
Why not? I think we can. Just beat them and
भाई
raise
हो
their
रहा
trophy.
भाई।
Yeah.
सोचो गाइस अगर मंगोल जीत गई आज यार। भाई ये क्या एपेक्स करती?
Hey, wake up. Hey, wake up. Hey, wake up.
to be the guy with the most trophies and also considered by IGL industry.
We are really looking for the win.
Wake up.
You have so much pressure on you, you're thinking about your game plan, you individually, you need to be good. Everything combined it's a lot. I don't think it's possible to sleep.
Hey, wake up.
If you were to lift the trophy, who would you dedicate this win to? To the haters?
My family also, my mom, my godmother. I was 9 years old.
नहीं यार वो मतलब
tournaments.
they are not comfortable in stream, so मैं नहीं सुना सकता उनकी आवाज. They are मतलब वो लोग खुल के कुछ बात नहीं कर सकते, so वो लोग ने बोला कि तू अलग से watch party कर.
We know we're the big favorite. There is no doubt about it.
Every kill, every call, every clutch has been leading up to this very moment, the major grand final, and it feels like it is a date with destiny. We have Vitality on one side of the server. Apex said it himself, heavy favorites coming into this arena. But on the other side, we have a Cinderella story in the making, Maui, and stranger things have happened in North American arenas.
Oh, of course. Nobody can forget what happened in Boston. And I know that the Mongols, they're not from Mongolia, but I know for all America, we welcome the Mongols.
I'm sure they're welcome in here, Freya, but question remains, though, they have the level in order to take it to Vitality. Can they beat what is currently the best team in the world? We've spoken about it already. Let's speak about win condition. Let's speak about what needs to happen in order for the Mongols to get it going. Sensu, big point of conversation, has had a fantastic playoff so far, but he's the one player that usually drops off the most versus Vitality. Now, we know Mirage is coming up as the first map as well, and guess what? They played in Dallas a month ago. I think the Mongols should have won that game. They look like the better team, but guess what player didn't show up in that game as well? Sensu. I think the biggest playmaker tonight, the biggest difference the Mongols can show up with is Sensu. If he plays well, I see them have a chance.
A massive win condition for the side of Mongols, as is 9-10. We've already talked about it, Maui, the fact that he is the highest rated player here in the playoffs, closely followed by Zaiwu behind him. This is going to be a showdown for the ages in terms of the AWP.
I mean, 9-10, what he wants to do is take Vitality's lunch money, just like he did back in the LAN cafes in Mongolia, taking it from all the other fellow countrymen that he had. He's been a sharp shooter at these playoffs, and I feel like he is going to give absolutely everything to stick it to Vitality.
Well, we're calling them underdogs for a reason, because the odds heavily siding with Vitality. It makes sense, Jacob, but we love dreams here in NA. Do you think we're at least getting 3 maps in this grand final?
I would love to. I would love to see 3 maps, and I think there is a chance. I think there's a chance with Mirage in particular. I was diving into the stats as well, and if there's one weakness when it comes to Vitality under Mirage, the T side, they rely a lot on Zaiwu. He's the only player who's gone positive KD in the last 3 months on Mirage. So if Zaiwu is not playing well, the Mongols have a chance.
They say everything's bigger in Texas, and the stakes don't get any bigger than this. It's time to kick off the major grand final.
I want to ask you a question. What are your memories of me? I was there during your first big clutch. I could hear your heart pounding through the microphone. Do you remember your first setback? I remember those moments you wish you could forget. The moments when you had done everything and it wasn't enough.
Navi have been eliminated from the blast world in Singapore.
But I was there when that got better. The happiness. Breaking through the barrier you didn't know was there. I saw you improve. I saw what you could do. I remember thinking you'd quit. And I remember when you'd first felt greatness. I remember that through all the odds stacked against you, you found a way. Every last second diffuse. Every friendship made and broken on your rise to the top. And the only thing left to ask is, will they remember you?
Ten of the world's greatest players stand before you. They have nowhere to run, and they have nowhere to hide. Tonight, we will watch them fight with their dreams on the line. Austin, Texas, pay close attention. Do you feel it? Your heart pounding with anticipation.
Let's go, Mongolz!
Shiver down your spine.
Let's go!
Lives within us. America, the world is watching, and it's your time to shine. This is the Austin Major Grand Finals. Woo! Right
now! Hell yeah. Let's get it.
Somebody flies home a champion. Somebody goes home destroyed.
Everybody woke up today thinking this was their chance. Only one team leaves with this trophy.
Flamesy to kick it off.
Let's go, Mongolz!
It's Techno down
Let's
first.
go, Mongolz!
It's gonna get tested as 910 finds his slight opening. Single man advantage. Vitality slows it down.
Let's go, Mongolz!
Still just getting them stuck outside of that ramp though.
Let's go, Mongolz!
Woo! Who's gonna try to save this?
Oh,
we go 2v2. They've evened it out for a second. Again, these slight mid-round pauses, but that bomb is gone. What do you have in the clutch? 910 early on.
Yeah, you got 910 in the 1-on-2. The guy who logs on today is the least hours of anybody else on this map. The least trophies, the least experience in this situation. And one of the most amazing of his stature in this playoff.
Ooh, they let him have that space. So bombs planted, Glocks up. No kit for the two players. Rops takes a look before Apex arrives. Rops wants into the action, doesn't need his in-game leader to help him. Rops knows how to win. That is why he's here. That's why Vitality have made it. And so first round goes the way of the favorites.
Yeah, Rops incredibly decorated, and somebody who said, if we're going to lose a match, don't let it be this one. They got this far. The only player on the server that's been in every single CS2 major final, but also hasn't won one.
Look at the confidence on this though, right?
And the last two, we saw Spirit, we saw Na'Vi. This is their best chance yet. But what we have to understand about the Mongolz is they've been a top 5 team this entire season. They are one of 6 teams that has even taken a map off of Vitality this season. In fact, they beat them twice on Nuke. And that's what makes this veto incredibly brave, because they had that option, yet they picked Mirage. They're leaning into their strengths. They've been very good on this map here in playoffs.
Within this playoffs, we saw Flamesy have a bit of an off first half within Mirage, then be able to kick it back up a notch for the attack. Every single piece of Vitality better come to play, because that's the one difference between this Mongolz and the Mongolz you've been watching all year long. Finally piecing it together in a playoffs. And it was a slow start versus Pain on this very same map. Didn't seem to shake them. They waited it out. They won a clutch, and from that point on, 13 rounds straight. Right now, Apex better be careful. Inside of that smoke reside a couple players. He doesn't like the risk of it, so he'll go back, lean away from the murder hole as we get a little bit of an expedition over towards the ramp.
Feels like he's in purgatory right now. We got Flamesy trying to smooth out this angle. A couple of good fights coming the way of Vitality. First one, Apex wins.
Zywoo then catching good timing inside a connector, knows that that pinch could be inbound. Blitz is going to try to recover this. Again, not everybody with the best weapons. Tech Dying, what a wallbang frag off that upgraded pistol. do what you must to try to break down this A defense, but it looks like it's still going to stand tall. Good timing on the peak from Apex, and Vitality convert this one with majority still alive.
Yeah, and he was a little bit everywhere this round. When it was at the back of window, I think there were not enough answers right there. Mongolz got close. They got to the doormat of getting in the window, getting up the A ramp, but Vitality stayed vigilant. That's why they got those kills. We're going to have Mongolz chance in the building tonight. And the reason is, as someone from North America, we can all relate to being an underdog in Counter-Strike.
Feels like every region outside of Europe can rally behind the Mongols for that reason. They defeated Pain on the way. We saw what happened between the Brazilian scene and the Chinese teams here in Austin. The support goes beyond the borders. Desert Eagles across the board for this one. Single Tech 9, they take their time with it, but again, Vitality not looking to play scared whatsoever. Floating out in middle. It's an absolute slaughter, barring Mzinho out through the palace. Unfortunately, doesn't have a bomb to go with that. Could have got the plant off, could have got the funds going. He could still chip away at it though. This Desert Eagle looking sharp.
He's grabbed a couple of skulls. Better gun now. Bomb not in a good spot. Vitality gonna try to chill. They have gotten, 1v3 at this event. They have made a couple of mistakes early on in a game, but I think all that's just sharpened them up.
And Rops has got it cut down.
We're talking about Mongols playing against the best team in the world and drawing the comparison back to the last time we were in America. Boston beat Cloud9, were a top 6 team. They played against FaZe. These guys were the most stacked roster at the time in terms of legendary players still near their prime or in their prime. But they didn't have a streak like Vitality have. They didn't have these 7 trophies in a row. That's what they're looking for.
Ahead of this playoffs, Mongols only had 4 playoff matches won throughout their endeavors. Cut shy so many times, but let's see if guns make a difference. Game begins here, round 4. Vitality established that buffer. How long's the lead last? Off the flash, Apex into the action, blitz. Ooh, almost let Apex regain his vision. Instead, we go 1 for 1.
He was in the Goldilocks zone right there between the Molly and the smoke. He's been hitting some very intriguing shots.
And good timings. Takes a quick look at it. Opts not to swing wide. Blitz getting ever closer. Bomb starting to get inbound as well. Techno simultaneously taking a bit of a look on the other side. Maybe hoping to keep Vitality busy, but they stay active.
Yeah, it seems like they're fully aware of the setup now, actually. Mzinho is he's already past the op line. He knows that no one's there on the site watching. This helps Blitz as well. He's the ward in the watchtower at the moment. I think the CTs don't know if they're found out yet, but Flamesy comes back to make sure.
Again, we've seen little tidbits of timings from both teams. Vitality keep just stepping into the action right when Mongols have this false sense of confidence. Single smoke and a single Molotov here for the Mongols. They go very quiet at 40 seconds. And how do you deal with that ramp control? I mean, that's really the Vitality strength in this position. Blitz trying to offer up some support so that Techno can move in.
Yes, opens up an ability to plan as well. They need to get rid of this A ramp setup, however.
910's Molotov. It's perfectly placed.
And they can plant for that smoke.
This
Perfect
is good.
utility usage.
For as much as Vitality feels like they've figured it out, Mongols working with very little, put it exactly where it needs to be. And then we start to see some missed shots. Flamesy drops the ball. Rops though, maybe they didn't anticipate that second player, so now 910 gonna be fixated on this as Blitz attempts to catch connections on the others, but it is a stoic looking Zywoo towards the catwalk, and a late move here from Mezzy. All 3 players working with the kits, still 2 smokes out here. Vitality do have time to play, but that time's starting to add an extra layer of pressure. Rops while grenades, Fox is killed, the 910 has the cover. Mezzy's trying to close the distance, Blitz, good support.
You said game starts here, and it did. That rifle, they worked it all the way to the end. They slowed down there in the mid-round. It looked a little bit nervous. Flamesy came back, found his pick-off. He's been doing good work on the A ramp, but Blitz gets the really key frag right here. Connector control is what it's all about when you're going to go for the A split. And he's very careful from this position of getting to safe zones.
Let's go, Mongols! Let's go, Mongols!
Everybody wants to watch history.
Let's go, Mongols!
Set it history upon history if they're able to take this win.
It's the beauty of our finals tonight. Regardless of who wins, it is history. a damn near perfect season out of Vitality, or your first ever Asian major champions. Which is a sentence I think a lot of people in this room didn't think we would ever have to say. And yet, a lot of them in here want to say it. First round collected for the Mongolz. It is evidence Vitality bleeds. Very low buy for Vitality as well. When we saw how perfectly that utility went down for the Mongolz last round.
Yeah, they're not actually in a spot to prod into mid. Mahone brought up in the video before, Messi's usually here on Cat. ZywOo in his position to take his ticket pick, and they're trusting Flames. He's been doing so good on the ramp, but this guy's just watching Palace for him right now.
Here we go, Cat challenge. Nice shots by Robs.
Did they get the bomb on the way or not? They didn't.
Oh, it dropped,
They did not get the bomb.
Bomb fell inside of the smoke. You can take that B site. Mezzi just hit that dink. That's a ton of damage through the wall bang. Again, the kills start to come out of the Mongolz, but now they're starting to realize the error of their ways.
Oh, who needs a bomb?
Bit of a challenge for ZywOo, but he misses his shot. And that bomb will get scooped back up as Rops went down. Galil pressed between the two. Catches ZywOo off. Flamesy, quick. But the bomb has gone the other direction. And his rotation back will be a treacherous path. If he thinks they're playing side by side, he is wrong. And as he comes through this doorway, he is cautious, but not cautious enough. Or is he?
What the fuck?
Nice! We go 2 rounds straight for the Mongolz.
Nervous moment, nice shots from Flamesy. Good hot start from him early, but another great round for the Mongolz. Vitality are getting tested. Bomb drops the way to face. Mzinho looks right into the ladder room. Very awkward moment if they didn't get the 2 kills and entries on the B site. This round could have totally fallen apart. Now, Vitality will have to get creative. Should be clear as day to the Mongolz how much money they have to use.
क्या खेल रहा है भाई? मजा आ रहा है.
They don't want to make a misstep. They don't want to fall to a mistake. USPs go swinging. Top middle control is everything. Coupled nicely with an underpass player as well. Singular USP frag comes out of Vitality. They stop wasting everybody's time, throw themselves at their enemies, and meet a bit of a brick wall. We are tied early on Mirage.
There's going to be certain benchmarks in this game to believe it's even possible that Vitality lose. And Mongolz even tying the game at any point was won.
First time out by Vitality.
It may seem like not much.
I feel like I'm back in Paris. Except it's better because there's way less French people.
But just as many French fries.
Yeah.
3-3, that's not small. We saw Mongolz start 5-0 down versus Pain, came back, won 13 rounds in a row.
But no offense, Pain to Vitality. This defense better answer.
It would have been less meaningful if the game was close, but it really
nice shot!
Through smoke, huh?
Wow.
9-10.
Eyes closed.
Forcing Apex to call from the sidelines. Odds are it was just over top of the smoke, so would have had vision on the peak. You peeked into the wrong guy today because 9-10 is tapping into playoff form. ZywOo actually just shoots through smoke.
I think he just shot to find it off the top corner of the smoke.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
क्या मारा
off the
इसने
timing alone.
Unlucky. ऐसे ही random spam.
X-Factor frag. Look how it changes the complexion of the round here for the T side. They're starting to loop back around, go into their final idea, but now without mid.
That's dangerous, man. Just chucking guns around top middle. At any point, this could have happened. CT's come to take a look. But as the CTs try to carve that path towards middle with a distraction on the catwalk.
That's two spotted.
Those are your A players from connector back to the bomb site. Mzinho up close, gets his head ripped clean off. Flamesy already on the multi-kill. A little bit of a delay here from the Palace peak, but it is going to come in time. Flamesy going above and beyond. Triple kill so far.
Nice!
Dropped. 15 health here for Blitz. And a first frag needed by Mezzi. in a clutch. Blitz
nice try,
not find the timing on the peak, and the Brit posts one when needed.
Yeah, as the last man standing, we can lean on Mezzi to create lots of moments like this. It's a setup 1v1 in his favor. It's blitz without the information. But he's going to be rotating over and have to pull off some clutches. He did. Wow.
Wow, what a random spam.
Yeah, that move from ZywOo totally changes things. It was an unanswered trade to kick things off for Mongolz until ZywOo just found a way to do it himself. We're going back to mid.
Slight limitation, but a faster pace. Mongolz gonna jump on this. ZywOo hears it coming. Blitz slides down, distracted by the cat player. Unable to stop it on connector. Flamesy offers up his back. Apex gives cover. And again, this A side holds for a bit, but these Tech9s have found their opening yet again, and it's low in sight. They try to take it over.
Come on, Techno, you can do it, bro.
They'll have to still kill Techno, who plants that bomb on default. They'll join forces here. Vitality come in again, shoulder to shoulder. This time Mezzi with a bit more support in the Estonian. Space given over to Techno. He catches them off guard. But does he know about Mezzi, who's backed into another clutch? Back-to-back, 1v1s. This time Techno has the equal amount of health and the utility here to offer.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
First clutch posted by Mongolz.
Fought back for that first kill. 1v2 to close. Keeping this game close. We often see Techno fighting from the bottom of the scoreboard, but here we are in the major grand final and his first clutch of the night.
Hello, Siddharth.
They asked Blitz on the desk, how would you describe Techno? First thing he said, this is my brother.
Ooh. Second shot chance there for ZywOo.
And no easy rounds here for the Mongolz. 5v4 already getting shot in the back as they're trying to get up on the cat, but look who's there. No one is in B. Bomb gets away safe.
They'll run it down. A prize for your efforts in Flamesy's Galil.
Mongolz said they take inspiration from the LG SK days. Talked about 9-10 having to travel so long to get to play at LANs, playing to be able to have a ticket to get home. You know, those kinds of stories, that kind of hunger, we hear coming out of many different regions as to why players play so well.
I mean, the perfect example is Fur. Used to do the same thing. You can win a LAN, you get 2 meals a day. You lose, where are you sleeping?
You know why I grew up in Toronto? I lost a LAN.
It's a bewildering journey for the Mongolz. It's truly a tale of rags to riches. Realizing their dreams round by round at the moment.
Let's go!
No this momentum has shifted. 5 of the last 6 rounds, all with the Mongolz logo stamped across them. This is the Deagle that kicked it off.
GGC kya hai, bro? How's Indian CS going,
a
sir?
slight hiccup on a road to
Indian
a completely
is, as of now dead,
site,
bro.
one that was understaffed.
As of now, it's dead.
I was disappointed to not see Nuke in this veto from the Mongolz, but also they're showing us why they picked Mirage. Certainly Vitality were ready for that pick more than this one.
Let's go, Mongolz! Let's go, Mongolz!
Oh, we're getting great moments from ZywOo out of window on these smokes.
Perfectly positioned, getting a lot of impact out of this one, and they're not going to be able to stop it from repositioning either.
He's got so many openers or refrags from the spot.
Certainly trying to play like the best player in the world.
What's the Curdle defense? You got no one in ladder room. Again, even though we've got 5 CTs up, they're playing on the perimeter, sort of.
Not going to be able to really find these players, though. Hidden inside of this B site. Mezzi floating around the bench, gets early damage onto Senzu. Will clean that one up. He's trying to set up all the distractions so that Robs can do what he does. Hit you from the side. He'll do exactly that. Dropping bomb in the process. B site held. B site holds real strong. And so with a repetitive success story down towards A, we get a resurgence from Vitality.
Last series they played was so close. Ended 13-11. Mongolz and Blitz, when asked what he thinks about this final, he's not someone to tell jokes. Said it's about 50-50 in his head. And if you watch the last series, it was 50-50. It was extremely close game. The streak almost ended there.
What you're looking at right now is Counter-Strike, folks. Counter-Strike in the heart of Texas. Mara and Extaz trying to keep everybody's nerves under wraps.
And nerves may be a conversation that comes into play. We'll see when and where. But for now, we see the Mongolz open up after getting crushed and collapsed versus FaZe last stage into playing them in playoffs, where you'd think FaZe would have an even bigger advantage, and standing up to all of their previous losses, sort of undignified exits, whether it was Shanghai or some of the other events that they played. Stood up to it all, played their best, yes. Round 11, we're talking about 2 AKs here for the Mongolz.
Yes, sir. Off the tack pause, don't forget it. Kind of plan is in place. Apex was the result of a few early deaths. Still has a great scoreline. ZywOo's taking up that space left in middle, this time doing it on his own. He floats back into safety.
Crazy how many unsupported kills that ZywOo has gotten by himself in these mid-round moments, sort of mysteriously appearing in the window, testing a smoke on a certain timing. But if you ask me, Mongolz are taking over mid this often. If they get it consistently, they're definitely going to find their rounds. ZywOo down, but with a trade.
Apex in that pregame says he wants to be remembered as the greatest in-game leader to ever do it, that he wants to be the player with the most trophies.
Okay, here it comes, the full attack. The actual rotation from Vitality is incorrect. We got
B जाएगा तो round है,
no
B जा रहे हैं लोग.
elements whatsoever, just Mezzy singly sitting here. Sure, pistols in the front of this apartment's push ahead of that bomb, but it's also a question about joining up with the cat hit that eventually Senzu's gonna put in place. Senzu floats around the ladder room.
Nice!
That help. Apex is dead.
Nice!
Goes down with nothing to the hand of the Desert Eagle. Just the pistol to break open the sight.
Let's go!
Rotator also dead. And so working with less doesn't seem to hold back the Mongolz.
They're here to put on a show. No one can say they aren't playing their best right now. That was 2 AKs coming into this round versus the world's best.
Mongolz! Mongolz! Mongolz!
This is Blitz catching the opening. An opening kill that definitely delayed the rotation from Robs as well.
चिराग भाई, मैं मुंबई पे नहीं रहता हूँ, bro.
Glimpse of it there for Mzinho, so he knows to be on high alert, but what a reaction.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, from Mezzy's
we
POV
can
seemed
make a
impossible.
comeback in Indian says, but it will take a lot of time.
That is grass-fed American beef.
Mezzy wants to take a bite for sure.
I'm not a die-hard fan of Mongolz team.
Doesn't have a head to do it.
Finn hai,
One
die-hard
Desert
fan,
Eagle
but
shot. So now already
I'm
we're seeing
supporting
Vitality lose the
Mongolz
straight-up gun rounds.
because
Vitality lose ZywOo in the middle of the map, lose the pistols.
So one back,
they're playing
one
really,
major back.
really,
Obviously,
really
Senzu
good.
wasn't there, but you know who was? Mzinho.
And
in that playoff
most
game
importantly,
on Ancients,
they are
it was
representing the
Mzinho
whole Asian
who looked
region,
like he was
Asia
unaffected.
region, as well as their
the player
country,
that looks
Mongolia.
like he plays well beyond his years.
Again, they're going to try to float around top mid. There's bodies here in 9-10, but he's gone, so if you want to chase him, it's a bit too late. You'll have that mid control, frees up Rops to lean forward. When we saw Flamesy struggling as the A anchor in a previous playoff game, that is exactly when Rops started to take over the responsibility of the site. And seeing as Mongolz have won rounds on this half of the map, look at the justification behind this stack up. ZywOo is not a part of the hold, though. And so Vitality are going to have to prove that they can do it without Lilu. He will take his sweet time on this flank, and the Mongolz not looking like they need much more time. But if Mzinho lingers with that bomb, ZywOo
Let's go!
Insta-kill here from Senzu.
Let's go!
The balcony, but you still have Apex under wraps, hidden in the shadows, and he's making a move. Oh, he lets them plant. No,
nice!
Lets that go down. Now he puts it on to the back of his teammates for the retake.
Wasn't spotted.
It got picked back up. 9-10.
Wait, look how Techno's scaling here.
Nice! Just through the side of it, Mezzi. How many clutches can he be put into, and how many can he come up with? Health advantage once more.
Nice! Let's go! Whoa!
Their map peak. Proof is in the pudding. Vitality bleed.
Vitality bleed!
We're here at the Alien Web booth inside the
Microphone activated. Channel switch.
Mongolz बोलते हैं guys!
अबे यार ये फिर आ गया भाई।
अपने घर वाले उठा दिए बैंड के लोड़े ने।
चलो भाई निकलो टीवी से अभी।
भाई मैं जा रहा हूँ।
अभी जा रहा हूँ। बाय बाय बाय। कल मिलते हैं।
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left.
अबे गांडू लोग मैं चले जाऊंगा। ये क्या कर रहे हो भाई? ये क्या कर रहे हो? मैं चले जाऊंगा। अभी तो ब्रेक चल रहा है गाइस।
अरे माफ कर जा भाई आ जा।
अरे हम लोग गंदी बातें कर रहे हैं भाई।
अबे ब्रेक में क्या गंदी बातें करोगे ओए?
अरे पर हम लोग कर रहे हैं, जिसके मुंह से जो निकल रहा है गंदी बातें कर रहे हैं। अब गलती, अब भाई तू इतना बड़ा स्ट्रीमर इंडिया, कुछ लीक हो गया फिर।
अबे गंदी बातें भाई 2 मिनट के लिए वो रोक दो।
पूरा हाँ भाई पूरा इंडियन सीएस बैठा है यहाँ पे, सबका करियर खत्म।
रिफ्रैक्ट करना दिखा रहे हैं मादर चोद रे। चले जाएगी रे माइंड फक।
रिफ्रैक्ट करने से एम खराब होता है
भाई। देख रिफ्रैक्ट, आई थिंक टेक्नो ने ऐसा रिफ्रैक्ट किया बोल के देख वो मार पाया 2 राउंड।
पोजीशनिंग
अबे क्या डीएम नहीं कर रहा है? डीएम करने से क्या होता है भाई?
क्राउच की फिंगर देख भाई किसने कैसे कर रखी है। लीची क्राउच की फिंगर देख।
उधर खेल रहा है रिफ्रैक्ट उसके साथ।
वो पतला है ना।
वो उंगली से वो ज्यादा उंगली करता है, समझ रहे हो?
साइक्लोन बोलते याद आ स्ट्रीम पे।
कुछ
कोई बात नहीं, मैं खुल के अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करूं।
साइक्लोन खुल जा भाई। साइक्लोन का नाम क्या था रे? वो बड़ा सा नाम था ना।
User left your channel.
इसका हरीशली।
इसका नाम था ऋषिकेश।
वॉकिंग कर रहा हूँ।
भाई क्या खेला रे टेक्नो ने 2 राउंड।
हाँ बढ़िया
थैंक्स मैन।
क्लाउडर ने यहाँ पे कान में बोल दिया भाई।
भाई मजा आ रहा है। क्या खेल रहा है मंगोस? फकिंग बीस्ट।
भाई उसने बोला ओके पीयूष आई एम गोइंग टेट्रिस।
आई गॉट टेट्रिस।
सिटी साइड भी बढ़िया है मंगोल्स का तो।
अभी सिटी साइड तो भाई सिटी साइड में तुम्हें पता ही है
भाई। अगर
तो भाई
मंगोल्स जीत गई ना भाई
एक मैप बस चाहिए भाई। मैं
अगर मंगोल्स जीत गई ये मेजर, आज से मैं मंगोल्स का पूजा करूंगा।
अबे तू सिंपल का मुंह से निकाल के बात करके
जय मंगलाय नमः।
अबे भाई
भाई प्लीज यार मैं ऐसे सेकंड हैंड पेन नहीं चाहिए भाई।
हाँ
भाई सेकंड हैंड फैन की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ।
अबे
सुन मैं एज ए
अपने पैसे हार गया भाई 3000।
भाई मैं एज ए टीम में मंगोल्स को सपोर्ट करूंगा।
अगर तू सपोर्ट करेगा तो टकला होना है तेरे को, ठीक है?
एलिज जैसे
मैं हबीब से लेके जाऊंगा तेरे को भाई मेरे पैसे से।
और देखो टकला करेगा।
नहीं भाई टकला नहीं हो सकता, मेरे धर्म में टकला नहीं हो सकता।
पिकअप भी करूंगा, खिलाऊंगा,
वाले का टाइम आ गया है।
अबे तेरे को खरीद रहा है 11 ये ऑन स्ट्रीम।
नहीं अभी मैं बिकाऊ नहीं हूँ।
वो तो ऑलरेडी बिक गया।
रेवन तूने पाब्लो पप्पू को क्या रिप्लाई किया?
क्या
ये पाब्लो पप्पू को क्या रिप्लाई किया तूने? कैन वी मेक कमबैक इन इंडियन सीएस क्वेश्चन मार्क?
भाई मैंने ये रिप्लाई किया कि यस वी कैन बट इट विल टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम।
क्या नाम है? पाब्लो पंडित।
पाब्लो पप्पू।
ओ पप्पू।
उसको वो 400 साल लगेंगे।
10 इयर्स का ग्राइंड और 40 इयर्स की मेहनत।
आई थिंक मेरा बेटा कमबैक कर देगा।
अबे
मेरे बेटे ने अगर सीएस ऑन किया उसकी लात ऐसी पड़ेगी ना।
तेरा बेटा जब वापस रेवन के साथ ही खेलेगा और बोलेगा पापा रेवन ने माय बैड ही नहीं बोला आज।
ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हो यार?
43 इयर्स ओल्ड प्रोडिजी।
भावेश की ले रहे हो या
रेवन की ले रहे हैं?
दोनों ही भाई।
क्लियर करो भाई पहले।
एक 3 से 2 निशान।
चलो गाइस तुम लोग आराम से बैठो, मैं जा रहा हूँ वापस।
Microphone muted.
What Mongolz fail to do every time they meet Vitality. Oh, and a special thank you to all of our production, working tirelessly for these last few weeks.
All night long last night.
What Mongolz failed to do was win their map pick. They could win Nuke, but that was always Vitality's pick in the series.
Fast moves from Vitality, though. And one of the things in the kick-up of their T side will be Flamesy on the entries, but a well-timed flashbang stopped it for a second.
No!
We go 2 kills each. Senzu tries to find contact off Cat. Blitz is going to go alone. Never mind, excuse me. Him and Techno just split up, moving over so close together that it kind of frazzles Flamesy out of his preferred post-plant position. Bomb down behind triple. They're going to try to push at Senzu for a second.
Yeah, they've crawled up. Senzu, if he stays alive, we'll see.
Ticket players start to get that retake going. They have really closed the distance.
Nice!
But maybe demise.
Let's go!
And a pistol win for the Mongolz. That lead begins to grow.
Yes, this starts to get into insurmountable territory, especially with the confidence. They're smiling here in this major final. A far cry from the Mongolz we're used to seeing in playoffs. But Vitality are a team that have been tested. They've been tested many times, whether it was in the best of fives or in those individual series in their past ones versus the Mongolz. The simple fact is they have not lost. There was such a big difference from a lead and a victory. 1AK comes into this round on Zaiwu.
Zaiwu currently
CS
sitting
में वो लोग
negative
नहीं कर रहे bro, like they are not comfortable.
in the face of a white hot Senzu Blitz and Techno
साथ
core.
में देखेंगे guys. क्या है?
And with the crowd rallying behind them, they are only going to grow more and more confident as their lead grows with it. Apex needs a second to stew in it. In his pre-match interview, said this crowd wants a Cinderella story and he's here to prove that all that's bullshit. How's it feel now? 3-round lead over top of Vitality.
Considering the strat that's coming forward, there is going to be one player isolated. Significant, actually, utility advantage to Vitality as they come onto the site. And can he really stop this? 910 gets comfortable inside smokes as well.
Yeah, trying to lock it in. There doesn't look like there's fire here for 910.
Nice.
He'll find Mezzi's head instantly. Palace player delayed for a second. Flashbang gets the
Nice.
910. That is 910. Right behind him.
Not even a Frenchman can do that with a Famas.
Brick wall. On the brink of double digits.
This move, okay? How often would you get locked up in this position and think, okay, I'm just going to chill, let my teammates come and help me? No, he goes out wide for this. He knows there's going to be multiple players on his screen, but they come to help him. He hits that spray transfer, and Mongolz hit 9.
Getting double digits should now be easy. We're talking upgraded pistols for Vitality. Without
Get up, Furious!
3 players behind it. 910 not satiated yet. It is bloodlust from an Opper who is making a highlight reel with rifles. But he's going to get caught by this P250 bottom middle. All good. Senzu will pick it up. And when Senzu hits that top rope, he's going to catch Flamesy top mid. Bomb down. Drops.
Nice!
Doubling the rounds of Vitality.
Senzu on 17 frags here in this major final. 17 frags in this major final. From a total collapse of the last major to a winning position at this one. The question was, when would they find the breakthrough? Mentally, it's the hardest part of the game. It's the other half.
Time out! Ek aur time out aa gaya!
Vitality has gone through hell and back trying to figure out the mental side of
Can
this
I
game.
get a yeah?
Staying near the top, even on their lows. Picking up a trophy every year. And now pushing towards that era. Mongolz are the youngest team here. So you think maybe they take an extra couple of years before the players start maturing. Maybe one more roster move. No, it looks like they found their 5.
Or if they really got lucky, maybe at the start of the second half of this year. A little more time to figure out Vitality is what we thought everybody needed.
Nice!
Goes deep, and it's going to be Apex sidelined early yet again. We saw the Mongolz break through with their first gun round on their T side. Vitality had a high hope of doing the exact same, and if you want to do it now, it's off this 4v5.
even though Apex isn't the top fragger on the team, taking out the IGL, especially someone like Apex, such a big voice.
Let's go
calling from
Mongolz.
dead is so
Let's
difficult.
go Mongolz.
If there's someone you want to tilt,
Let's
it's
go
Apex. I don't think
Mongolz.
it's easy to do, but
Let's go Mongolz. Goosebumps आ रहे हैं भाई मुझे.
FlameZ is somebody who people have referenced, past teammates, as he could be the next IGL on the team. He could be the second biggest voice. He didn't have the maturity or the experience, but he's gotten there now.
45 seconds, top con smoke goes down, gives him a little room to work within it.
Nice!
910's got other ideas, and nothing comes from free at the moment.
No, these shots are filthy.
Right back to the top of Tiki, he'll go. They're going to try to slam their way through it. Over top of the staircase goes the bomb. Still just stuttering out.
Nice!
Right against the smoke.
भाई गुत्ती पकड़ ली भाई इनकी भाई. खत्म ये लो खत्म.
There seems to be
Whoa!
at the moment.
Needle ambulance call lighted!
Taking off angles on fading smokes, peeking off of Ticket on these timings. Going deep on B. Mongolz are playing to win.
It is active, confident moves. It is constant pressure. It is fearless Counter-Strike being weaponized against the world's #1.
$11 to
11-5 भाई. Mongolz!
Vitality on the second map of that semifinals, but we thought to ourselves that was the team who has the most reps against Vitality. The one that was slowly piecing together some kind of comfort zone.
Nice shot!
No comfort whatsoever. 910 hits another.
Nice shot!
Shots. And so this space.
Nice!
He will do it all if he has to.
Nice!
No help is coming from us.
Wow! Let's go!
Emergency services. Vitality lay dead ahead. There is no resuscitating this map.
Posterized for map points.
ये देखो तो भीड़ देखो मंगोलिया थे. उलान बता रहे. ओदे देशे. ये देखो तो.
With history upon history on the line, you know who to call.
Double op setup comes up from the two players with 19 kills a pop.
भाई मेरे
It's a
नीचे
rare
तो.
sight to beat Vitality in a map. It's another to embarrass them. They rose through the floor today with confidence. Those grins drained from their faces. We're gonna get another pop-up through connector. Is there any chance that Vitality make this a game? Is there any chance that they avoid total collapse in the face of the Mongolz? Mirage their map pick, and you can see the confidence. You can feel the confidence. 910 yet again into that kill feed. Will he ever stop? Him and Senzu combining with the ops yet again. Techno back.
Let's go! 13-5! Wow! 13-5 बोलते हैं छोटे. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, guys! Whoa!
4.0 बैच 4.0 तू मेजर
हाँ
मंगोलियन होर्ड इज हियर बेंजिन तू क्या था 4.0 के बाद
भाई 910
रेवन तू कब अप करेगा भाई तू
भाई 910 इज माय गो टू वे टू गो जो भी है बहनचोद डेमो वाचिंग
वो 910 ओपिंग कर रहा है रेवन 10% भी नहीं कर रहा बे
चुप हो जा भाई
परिया भाई
बंजो जरा स्ट्रीम ए भावेश सा क्यों बोला स्ट्रीम चल रही है भाई सॉरी भावेश सा कहीं जोश से बोल
सॉरी
गाइस सो चुप तो सुनो तो
मैच इज नॉट डन येट
It's not done yet, so I'll let you
भाई
know.
मां
टेक्नो को बोलना चाहिए भाई मार्च की एपेक्स तेरी Chinese भाई टाइम टू ब्रेक कैरेक्टर।
बेंजिन एक मैच चेकअप कर ले, तेरे को 10 दिन का खाना मैं स्पॉन्सर करता हूं भाई प्लीज।
एक लाइव टीम के अकेला चल रहा है गाइस, ये लोग हार गए।
क्या सोचता रहेगा भाई, सारे मीटर में मेरी क्यों हार रहा हूं
भाई ब्लिट्स को देख, पानी पी लेता हूं थोड़ा।
रेड बुल पड़ी है फिर भी पानी पीता हूं।
I am stunned, I am flabbergasted, I'm downright shocked that the
गेम के पहले
Mongolz
अलाउड
came
नहीं
out
होता
with that much
हमारे
force.
दोनों भाई
भाई साहब क्या मजा आ रहा है रे।
कोकेन भाई, कोकेन
कोकेन भाई। भाई मेरे चैनल पे देखो स्ट्रीम भाई।
भाई वो हर मैप में मारता है बे।
भाई व्यूज भी आ जाएगी मुझे। इतना कितना है, 14 लोग है मेरे को छोड़ के, 13 लोग देख लो भाई।
हाँ 13 लोग देख रहे हैं, तेरे को पता है तुझे
भाई तुम लोग बोल रहा हूँ
भाई। ग्रेटेस्ट मैप ऑफ काउंटर स्ट्राइक बोल दिया।
To do it in this scenery, to do it in this game, to do it with everything that's at stake.
कौन है ये?
Finally coming live, to have 9 teams doing all over
तबला
the
बजाता है
place,
पार्ट
to have
टाइम।
blitz in the beginning of the game.
User left your channel.
Best Counter-Strike this team has ever played, and what a time to do that.
क्या लिख रहा था रे कैटा?
इंज ग्राइंड कर रहा था
पीसी पे?
हाँ।
मेरे लाइफ में भी ऐसा मजा चाहिए।
पहले में तू मजे करना है, ग्राइंड करेगा। मंगोल्स मजे करती ना, आज लोग एक मैप अप नहीं होते, समझा?
तुम्हारे लाइफ में भी ऐसा मजा चाहिए, मजा है नहीं तुम्हारे लाइफ में ऐसा? करते हैं फिर ऐसा मजा फिर।
Microphone activated.
क्या बोल रहा है फिर? मजा चाहिए कि सीएस क्या बोला?
नहीं भाई सॉरी, एक ही बार बोलता हूँ।
नहीं है यहाँ पे कोई, समझा क्या?
जो भी तूने बोला I might agree with it.
Have to bro.
भाई गूज़बम्प आ रहा है मुझे भाई लिटरली।
अश्वगंधा चालू कर जाएगा लेना।
हेलो साइबॉग। तो कर लेंगे भाई मजे। भाई मेरा गला ना फट गया भाई, इतना चीखा हूँ मैं।
अगर मेजर एमवीपी संजू मन से आई होप भावेश कहीं पहुंचेगा।
मेजर एमवीपी संजू भाई क्या?
भावेश जाएगा अपने फैक्ट्री में, बैक वेयर ही बिलोंग्स।
I cannot believe भाई। भाई ट्वीट कर दिया CS2 ने 9-10। रीट्वीट करो भाई।
He's the guy that's just sent on a really suicide entry mission, and then all of the other players collect the kills in his wake. So for him to have pop-off moments like that, you know the skill's always been there. Like his first bullet accuracy is crazy. I love the presence of mind though to go for all these
reactions in the one. Mongolz वाला देखा? It's raining but we don't give a fuck. भाई बारिश में बैठ के लौंडे देख रहे हैं भाई मैच।
भाई this is the passion। यहाँ बारिश होती है, इंडिया में लोग सो जाते हैं भाई, सो लेता हूँ भाई, बारिश मौसम अच्छा है।
Brazil could never।
1-for-1 trade at the beginning of the round, but this is just a great crunch onto the B bomb site.
भाई 2-0 चाहिए फटाफट।
कितना बैट किया रेवन?
अबे कुछ बैट नहीं किया भाई।
अभी कर वाइटलिटी पे ऑल इन।
अबे पागल है क्या?
यही टाइम है।
रिस्क ले भाई, हाई रिस्क हाई रिवॉर्ड।
I think
अगर तेरा एक घर है, तेरे दो घर हो सकते हैं अभी के अभी, और जाएगा सिर्फ एक ही।
चुप हो जा भाई।
भाई इतने सारे लोग को बिलीव ही नहीं कर सकता भाई।
जब तो ये क्लिप दिखाई देना मैंने, बताइए देख भाई पूरा मंगोलिया रास्ते पे आ गया है।
एक और मेजर पार्टी हो रही है भाई। ये तो वो आइस हॉकी वाले ग्राउंड में मेजर देख रहे हैं भाई। फिर
हाँ ये लोग सब जगह देखते हैं, सब पूरा मंगोलिया मेजर।
did in the quarterfinal. That's what he did in the semi-final, and that's what Vitality were missing here on the CT side. Some of those individuals, the anchor players in particular, Rups and Messi, didn't have a great showing compared to what they did in the quarterfinal and in the semi-final.
अंबर भाई अगर आप मुझे खेले तो पूरा हरियाणा ऐसे हो जाएगा।
ओ यादव जी।
The fact that Techno ended this game with 6
अरे कुछ बोल क्यों नहीं रहे हो?
was it like how's that even possible?
अंबर भाई घर में सब चिल्ला रहे हैं।
अंबर भाई स्टैंड राइट नाउ।
क्यों सैडा?
सॉफ्ट जाएगा कुछ।
हां बताओ।
आ तो जाएंगे
पूरा देश
लेके ऐसे सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए हमें फेरी मार देंगे गलती से।
अबे
अरे एम मिस हो जाएगा, कोई ना, वार्म अप करके आने बोलना। नेक्स्ट टाइम
भी पता है असली में हुआ है। हां शादी में चलाते हैं, मैंने तो खुद देखा है, पर एक आधी बार क्या हुआ है कि जैसे छत से कोई देख रहा है, उसके लाके लग गई हेडशॉट।
तो किसने बोला था भाई देखने छत से? बैठा रहता अंदर।
नेक्स्ट मैप 10-2 है भाई।
वही भाई
गोइंग इन बीट डस्ट2
भाई मुंह निकाल के
भाई
देख
मंगोलियन तो भाई मिराज भी बहुत खेलते हैं और डस्ट2 भी भाई। ये गेम खत्म है भाई नेक्स्ट मैच।
अबे इन्फर्नो अगर गया भी तो भी जीजी है भाई। वाइटलिटी को आता ही नहीं इन्फर्नो। लुक्स
एम्बर
300 रुपए की वो चॉकलेट है पिन।
एम्बर
छोटी क्यों है भाई लेकिन
मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो जा रहे हैं एम्बर।
मेरे भी भाई खड़े हो जा रहे हैं
सब कुछ रोंगटे वोंगटे
सेम
रोंगटे बोंगटे।
मेजर फकिंग चैंपियंस लेट्स गो। 300 रुपए की चॉकलेट एक बार में नहीं खा पाऊंगा भाई मैं।
चूते 2-3
रेवन भाई की फट गई।
मैन कैन बी डिसाइडेड बट नॉट डिफीटेड, ये ऐसे लास्ट पिक्चर बोला था भाई। तू भी ऐसा बोलता मैन चोट कोई स्टेज पे। ठीक है
रेवन भाई की फट गई आवाज।
नेक्स्ट डस्ट2 पे बोल देना।
मंगोलियन होड़ दे क्या है भाई?
ग्रुप
यार बंदिन तो डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है।
अबे भाई
बंदिन मादर चोट तेरे को लाइव गेम बोला है ना, एक चाहिए बस।
भाई क्या दिल है वो, बिल्कुल बीच में आया है भाई दिल बिल्कुल।
अबे चुप हो जा भाई, तेरा फोकस होना चाहिए सिर्फ और सिर्फ हाउ टू
ईट फूड,
हाउ टू क्लच
ईट फूड।
ये क्या एस है भाई, क्रेजी।
अब से टिकट को बोल दो 9-10
भाई, लिटरली 9-10
भाई 9-10 कर रहा हूँ भाई, 9-10 कर रहा है एक सामने वाला।
रेवन कर रहा हूँ मतलब
मैं रेवन कर रहा हूँ मतलब रेवन क्या होता है बता?
मुझे तो लगता है ये तेरा कल्चरल इंपैक्ट ज्यादा है 9-10
हाँ तेरा ज्यादा है,
तेरा ज्यादा है रेवन।
मेरा ऑरा थोड़ा ज्यादा है ना।
रेवन वो 9-10 है और तू 11-12 है भाई। हाँ
भाई वो अगर 9-10 हो सकता है ना तो मैं 210 हूँ।
1-2 है वो, ठीक है।
अबे अपना वजन क्यों बता रहा है 210 मैच चोद?
नहीं मैं 110 हूँ।
तो अपना वजन बता रहा है
110 मैं 110 हूँ, वो 910 110
किलो का है तू।
ये लेक्सी क्या बोल रहा है 9-10 टुमारो 9-11 व्हाट द फक?
गाली दीजिए भाई रेवन तुझे,
गाली दे रहा है रेवन तेरी को।
मैं तो ना सहता
भाई।
रेवन तो 11-12 है।
मैं वापस से बाल को ट्रिम 0 कर लूंगा पूरा
पक्का।
हाँ
लाइव स्ट्रीम पे करेगा?
लाइव स्ट्रीम में ट्रिम 0 तो भाई फिर तो बाल का स्टाइल ही नहीं रहेगा कुछ।
हाँ तो क्या फर्क?
तो भाई मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड मुझे मार देगी भाई।
अबे तो क्या गर्लफ्रेंड बड़ी है कि मंगोलियन सीएस?
चोद क्या पे एशियन सीएस आगे बढ़ रहा है
भाई। गर्लफ्रेंड बड़ी है बट एशियन सीएस भी है।
जहाँ तूने आगे बट लगा दिया तो उसकी जो पीछे के जो वर्ड्स होते हैं वो सारे
स्क्वाड वाली बात कर दी।
नहीं भाई गर्लफ्रेंड बड़ी है भाई।
कैन यू एग्री?
बात खत्म।
फिर से बोलना।
ये रेवन ने बात के आगे बट लगा के एकदम स्पॉन वाली बात कर दी आपने।
हाँ ये गलत है भाई।
अबे लेकिन ये
भाई उतना स्ट्रीम में क्या करूं भाई? स्ट्रीम में मेरा बाल कटते हुए कौन देखेगा भाई? मैं आऊं
भाई लोग देख रहे हैं
स्ट्रीम पे तेरे छाती के बाल देखे हमने मैचो।
अबे तू चुप हो जा भाई।
तेरे छाती के बाल देख ले, बाल के सर कटते हुए, सर के बाल कटते हुए नहीं देख सकते।
चुप मत करा भाई उसको रेवन।
क्या छाती के बाल देखने आपको? दिखा दूंगा भाई रूम में।
अबे हमने देखे एक बार, तेरे को क्लिप भेजूं मैचो?
नहीं
एलसी मीडिया पे अपलोडेड है अलग-अलग जगह पे
भाई। नहीं सब ये सब मत कर। वो डिलीट नहीं हुआ था वीडियो।
नहीं वो डिलीट 5 पीसी में कर रखा है ना
भाई। मैं कैसे भूल सकता हूँ यार? मैं कैसे इतना भंड हो सकता हूँ?
इसीलिए मैं स्ट्रीम नहीं करता भाई, कहीं पैंट में हाथ डाल के बैठा हुआ हूँ
हैरी क्लीवेज
ट्विटर चलाते हुए। भाई देख लिया लोगों ने।
तो पता है मंगोलिया में बारिश आ रही है, ये साइन है मंगोल जीतने वाले हैं।
इंद्रदेव आ गए
कोई भी
वहाँ पे, फिर इंद्रदेव आ गए।
तेरे को पता है एक बार मंगोलियन होड़ जा रहा था तब बारिश आ गई थी, दलदल फैल गया था पूरा भाई, फिर भी उन्होंने पार किया था।
ओए बहन
इतना टाइप कर रहा है बे कौन में?
एक काटा तबला बदबू।
Your number 1 team is in the world rises to a boring home crowd and your captain Apex is flicking off everyone. अब मैं ट्विटर पे एकदम लाइव लिख देता हूँ, if Mongolz wins this major, I am gonna trim my full head.
On stream live.
I'm gonna shave my head. Trim my head.
अबे शेव नहीं करूंगा रे।
सेव करना हेड
नहीं भाई
ट्रिम होता है ऑन लाइव करियो भाई।
अबे ट्रिम नहीं पूरा शेव कर ले
भाई ट्रिम से करूंगा ट्रिमर से करूंगा
ट्रिमर से बाल की सेटिंग खराब हो जाती है।
हाँ तो भाई
अगर तू शेव करेगा
नहीं शेव वेव नहीं उस तरह शेव वेव नहीं कर सकता भाई।
खड़ा नहीं होता।
अबे ओ बॉट
अबे अशोक तो चालू तो
नहीं कर सकते भाई शेव वेव। बाप जिंदा है मेरा शेव नहीं कर सकते
भाई मैं हूँ भाई तू टेंशन मत।
अबे बॉट
कल कुत्ता हावड़ा ब्रिज से मैं रुक।
ये देख भाई भावेश और रेवन लड़ रहे हैं देखो रोड रेज आ जाओ। देख उसको आगे ही नहीं जाने दे रहा फिन।
ये रेवन और पीछे वाला भावेश है भाई।
हाँ
सॉरी वो
तेरी आवाज
भावेश बाहर ले आ रहा
बाहर उधर पीछे बेंजीन भी है भाई मेरे को तो निकलने दो यार बाद में लड़ लेना।
Benzin on his way to McDonald's.
User left your channel.
ये तो तड़पा रहा है भाई इसको।
भाई ये बेंजीन तू मेजर खेलेगा ना तेरे कॉलोनी का ये फोटो है देख।
We have got JL and Imi from Navi. Welcome to the stadium, gentlemen.
You got some shooters.
What's the technique?
User left your channel.
Movement. You're going for the
another one.
Practice we just start now.
Okay. Ready?
ये तेली बाग का फोटो है वहाँ पे रहता है ना। हम लाइव।
Oh what? Did I hear a ding? Okay.
अबे दुपरी मर गया क्या?
In the back is yelling out fake
Yep.
bombs. I like it. The distraction.
क्या प्लेयर था?
It's a really arena setting that we're getting. Get a good pre-aim in there. Long range shot and shot on the.
Up use.
Sorry, my bad.
Fine.
User left your channel.
Oh shit. 45 seconds.
Wait, where is it?
One more. They need one more.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Okay, so we've had Navi. They did a pretty impressive 29 kills. We've got some competitors waiting to win tonight. Here, Maui.
Track.com का सब्सक्रिप्शन कितने का आता है?
I think 15 यूरो जितना मुझे याद है चेक करने दे। और I think 2 आते हैं एक ऑन डिमांड सर्वर आता है और कुछ होता है।
एक नॉर्मल स्क्रिम वाला चाहिए भाई। सबसे छोटा वाला।
सर्वर तो वो ये एक होता है ऑन डिमांड और एक होता है ऑलवेज रनिंग। I think ऑन डिमांड वाला ही 15 यूरो से।
भाई फिन
12 यूरो दिखा रहा है इधर।
देख भाई यार ये मुस्लिम कितनी क्रेजी लग रही है भाई।
क्या? कहाँ भेजा है?
देख भाई व्हाट्सएप देख भाई फिन भाई क्या लग रही है भाई। जस्ट लुक एट हर फकिंग एस भाई। क्या है ऐसे भाई? ऐसा वैसे बेंच पीछे पैड लगा रखे हैं।
वो शक्ल जो तो मर्द लग रहा है भाई बेटा।
झाटू है क्या तू? चूतिया है क्या कुछ? शक्ल दिखाता हूँ रुक जा भाई शक्ल देख ले भाई। हैंड के लैंड
गाइस मेरे स्ट्रीम पे आके देखो आ जाओ।
क्या देखो?
यही मैच।
हार्ड है क्या कुछ?
क्या है?
तेरी गंदी सी शक्ल आ रही है रेवन पूरा मन चला जा रहा है गेम देखने का।
भाई ऐसे मत बोलो यार।
ऐसा मत बोल।
तू कॉल 911 है। तू कॉल 911 है।
बेटा लेफ्ट से फर्स्ट वाली फोटो भेजना।
भाई ये नेक्स्ट ही तो पूरा डार्क हो रहा है।
ऊपर वाली ना?
लेफ्ट से फर्स्ट वाली जो वो साइड फेसिंग है।
राइट में मतलब
जो तूने मुझे अभी जो रिसेंट फोटो भेजी उसमें नीचे वाला बोल रहा हूँ। हाइलाइट्स का वो है।
तो मतलब क्या कैसे भेजो मतलब? अच्छा लेफ्ट से फर्स्ट वाली। हाँ समझ गया बहन के लोडे।
भाई इतना जल्दी जज नहीं कर सकते। वी नीड मोर
भाई बहुत तकड़ी है भाई बहुत तकड़ी है भाई ये बस प्रॉब्लम
पता चला
मुस्लिम है भाई।
I like it. It's crazy emotion. It's cool.
We do love that. I got to ask you, who do you think is winning this major, Vitality or Mongolz?
I really think about. Oh my God! It's like Vitality have more chance. I won't win Vitality, but it's crazy. Mongolz maybe wins this major. What? I don't know why. This crazy.
He doesn't know why. We to see what happens.
I'm sure the crowd would love to be seeing that become a reality, but one more map separates them from potentially sealing that fairy tale run. That is going to be Vitality's map pick, though. Dust 2, Mongolz choosing to start on the T side of things. How does that tee us up coming into the second map, Jason?
Well, first of all, I mean, you gotta like 9, 10, and Senzu have actually showed up. That was a big point for us, so that's going to be a dangerous point for Vitality. And you put them on a map like Dust 2, Dupree, you know the open space, the skill can shine. Vitality might have actually walked themselves into a trap, and this map could be very, very dangerous.
I'm very excited to see if Mongolz can keep up the high level, because Vitality was nowhere defined, but they were shell-shocked at the Mongolz sheer aggressiveness and the way they turned up on Mirage. Apex was probably the only one that decided to show up on this server, and his teammates has let him down a little bit. If there's one thing that can get Apex fired up, that is when his teammates is not playing well, and I guarantee that is a talking point that they've had throughout the break.
I bet that was a very intense talk they had in between the maps. Apex was probably on their ass right now because they just got punched in the face, and the fun thing is, with champions, when they get punched in the face, they come back harder. And we've seen Vitality do it a number of times in this run, but man, a tough prospect on a big stage.
I think a lot of us, we're questioning the logic behind this Dust 2 pick, because we're talking about the openness of this map, the ability for it to get scrappy, you get very, very messy. Why do you think Vitality have gone with this, maybe instead of the more, I guess, presumed pick and tried and tested of Nuke?
Well, obviously Dust 2 is a comfort pick for Vitality. It's a map that they've played a lot. It's a place where Sawu can be very active. He can roam around a lot. He's the AWP player, and I've talked about many times that Dust 2 can be the AWP's paradise, and obviously we need to see Sawu step into the superstar shoes that he has. So for Vitality to find themselves down in this grand final, that has been very unexpected, but obviously that will also be a case where he needs the rest of his team to step up.
तो नहीं जानता, but I'm excited because they are playing very, very, very good, and they are beating world best team. They are in major grand finals, like the only Asian team playing major grand finals after so many years. Is a history, and they might going to make a history.
I think he undoubtedly can, but there's a hell of a lot of people
So
cheering for
I'm
the
just
Mongols, not only in this
fully
arena,
hyped
but
up
all the
and-
way over in Mongolia. This is coming at you live from Ulaanbaatar, the capital city. 4 in the morning. Look how many people have shown up. That gives me chills, that gives me goosebumps.
This is absolutely madness. What a support they get from their home country, and also what a support they get from the crowd in here.
Yeah, I mean, why not? How can you not after that first map of play? That's been so exciting. That's the crazy thing. Watching them show up on a stage and not have any fear in the grand final. They've beat all the questions we had for them in this run, and now in the major final, they're reaping the rewards. They've turned the corner. They're not afraid of the fights. They're not afraid of the names, and they're having fun dumpstering Vitality.
And they can feel
You have to make a fucking history.
It doesn't show too many, but right now they are feeling it. They're
It's a
feeling
history of it,
everything
yeah, no?
inside the server. They feel their teammates. They can feel the hype. Everything is just going crazy.
I'm curious to see how the live odds have shifted now that the Mongols took that first map handedly for the first time probably in history in this head-to-head. They're the favorites, but is that the reality? Are we going to 3 maps, or do the Mongols take it in 2?
We're definitely going to a third.
I can't see a team like Vitality not letting this go to a third, not taking it to a third map.
Well, potentially the Mongols have an opportunity to make history here tonight, but it's going to be a tough challenge on Dust 2.
You can believe your eyes, Austin. This is indeed happening. 1 map in the Mongols' back pocket.
This could have been Astralis versus Ents or Berlin, or it could have been them versus Avangard, a match that's ended 2-0 to the favored team, but instead we got Mongolz
1.5
taking a
million
map, already
viewers.
making history here. But Apex said it after this whole long season of winning. Nothing is without the best of 3, the final, the grand final here at the major. No career is complete without a major. No major is complete without a crowd. No crowd is complete without noise. So Austin, let's get loud!
Dust 2 is where they rebound if they're gonna put up any sort of fight. Vitality, folks, down a map, but the desk said it. When the favorites get hit that hard, sometimes they come back swift.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can, because there's no doubt in my mind that they feel like a shell of themselves after that ass whooping on Mirage. Rop sits down in lower tunnels. He will wait, 3 players ahead of him. Those dual Berettas ready to roar, ready to get this game back under wraps. But instead he's toppled, and so Vitality will get a single-man advantage, and the Mongols have a chance to redirect. But not for long. Flashbang off of Catwalk, well-timed. Unfortunately, Flamesy unable to get the kill right there with it.
Yeah, they get the info, but it's only worth so much in this spot still early in the round. This duel will be the next most important. Oh, and I don't know if that's one-way street on the information, but you see, maybe it wasn't.
He's still looking. Oh my God, this is timing. This is timing.
Oh, he missed him on the pole. He could not see him.
Turns and shoots him in the back of the head, so we go 4 versus 2. Much needed pistol here, just for the spirit of Team Vitality to come alive on this second map. Because Mirage was miraculous. Not just a win for the Mongols, but a total shutdown of the world #1. But don't you remember this exact same feeling when Vitality picked up the first pistol, converted for 3 rounds, and then the Horde came running at them for the next 13?
That's right, and that's even scarier when, you think about the scoreline. It was so much propped up for Vitality's side, even by that pistol and their conversions. So they know they've got a lot of work to do, and it's the kind of game where, you wish you could hear what Apex said to his team, because that's when he gets the most fired up.
I would pay for that pep talk.
Yeah. And we've also seen him be very gracious to his teammates in their dark moments recently, only adding to their resilience, I'm sure.
Whether that's in between rounds or in between maps, if you want to be remembered as one of the greatest in-game leaders of all time, then you need to be a leader of men. You need to know the human psyche and how to pull players out of those dark pits of disappointment and self-doubt. Made easy versus pistols. We saw Vitality confidently taking these sorts of fights at the beginning of Mirage. They will do the exact same. We walk the same road as we did at the start of map 1. 2-0 start Vitality.
Yes, it's clean, and there's no plant on this round like we saw last time. Money's going to come in a little bit slower. We've seen some heaters from the Mongols on Dust too, but no one's testing the map pool of Vitality in general. This is a series that's destined to go 3 maps, dare I say.
That's a bold claim.
It can all change with a little change of scenery. Vitality will call that one a warm-up and move on. Let's see if Mongolz can give them an early shock here.
Nothing from Ezzy on the spam. They're already all climbed up. Everybody for the Mongol squad prepped and poised to hit this site. And off a few pieces of utility, they're ready to roll. So Apex with a FAMAS and a well-placed grenade. That is a good amount of damage across the board. Another piece of utility hits the perfect point of that pack. And now Flamesy has lost his teammates within that site. Somehow 910 connects to the headshot. Flamesy closing this distance. Wild move for him to get into the action off of the flash. It takes down the front runners. Chance of the recovery. But again, it's this early damage that is stacked against them. And so Vitality will successfully shut down that first gun round.
Yeah, that was excellent from every perspective. All the utility, all the peaks, all the teammates rotating in. Great use of the HEs here. And sometimes the Mongols, HSP is so good. You get them low, it doesn't matter. You still have to finish off the frags. Well, here they do it.
Look at that dash.
Specifically for a cat take. That is game planning.
Bada boom, bada bing. A bombardment as they tried to get out from that smoke.
3 grenades on the ramp. Not one's in CT spawn to be used slowly.
Half buy in response, send to scout.
That looks like a slight risk. Normally we see the cache of utility in CT spawn.
Sure.
But what did we see from the Mongols last game? They took lots of slight risks. They took lots of off angles. They took fights on their own terms. That's what won them the map. And I'm sure that's what Vitality are telling themselves for this game.
Throughout the different stages of this major, we have seen the Mongols and Senzu with that scout on this map pull off crazy mid kills. Fun Vitality, I'm not trying to sign up for that fight. There is not a whole world of tools to work with for the Mongols. They meet smoke towards tunnels at 50 seconds.
Senzu, professional hybrid here on the scout.
Yeah, it's a team that taps into that double op when they can. More than most nowadays.
Absolutely.
Senzu scout notorious.
Might be the only team that does it with their star rifler, though.
Sure.
That's something a little different.
Ooh. Robs will get there in the end, but as he goes for the reload, it would make sense for them to pop and pounce right here, right now. Bit of a contest towards the door, held back by the mid support. Robs back flat, all's good.
Crushing.
For Vitality. This one, no point of entry.
Stay focused, stay alert, Mongolz. This will not be easy.
It'd be one thing to step up to this challenge, this Goliath that is Vitality, if you already had at least some sort of trophy case to go for. But how many teams do we see step to the brink of victory only to crumble before they can take that most important final step?
It almost always happens, absolutely. Rare moments, sometimes in America it happens in history. And we treasure those moments because they are so rare, but rare for a good reason.
That beast will be on the Mongolz' back all series long. Apex keeping it mobile. Mongolz leaning back.
There's nothing that'll keep you focused, though, like knowing your family's up at 5 a.m. watching your game. Mezzi, there's a great tactic. Tail end of the smoke.
He's going to put one down right in front of him, try to change up the spot.
They'll blow it open and reveal the plans.
A wealth of grenades on the other side of this, but the Mongolz aren't chucking them out just yet, and Mezzi leaning away from that climb up as Mongolz go over top. So it's positioning for them, but don't forget, bomb still sits outside of the tunnel, so this round cannot suddenly become a full commitment just yet. And it feels like Vitality's willingness to continue to press themselves up against this underdog has to be their flex. So we see the challenge. We get a glimpse of Zywoo signing up for fights, but nobody's home behind that smoke, so he'll sit back on the angle.
This duo right here, Robs and Mezzi working together to stop this split. They've got to call for some help.
Here it is, double molly. Great shots from Techno. Tough job for Mezzi. And so he'll shut down the mid play, but total mid control goes over to the Mongolz. They are comfortable inside of that B site. 5 rounds into play on Dust 2. And the Mongolz look to secure there first. But if 9-10 goes down here, and he will to Apex, coming at this from the CT spawn, knowing damn well that Techno's still in tunnels, they can take the test to the bomb site in a flurry. This is Vitality trying to play in a flash, working it up, moving quickly, and killing the support away from Sensu.
It must be him.
No multi-frag this time. 5-0 straight from the favorite.
Oh, lots of good damage. Didn't find the clip off. Flamesy coming in from long was a thing that caught 9-10 off guard. His teammate nearly could have died rotating in from Fastcat. But we see the opening kill tactic here for Vitality. This is good active defense. This is them playing to win, absolutely. And they had a hard time holding onto the site. But they made sure they didn't even really have to get into a retake situation. As soon as that bomb got planted, they were already there ready to fight. Mongolz absolutely know how close they were. They got a breakthrough round last game to get them started. That's what they're looking for here. That's what they did versus Pain as well.
Exactly, almost damn near identical.
Yeah. Yeah, they know how to create momentum. One timeout will get used.
You still have to be able to find that breakout moment. That one came close.
Team Vitality not going to get pushed over. Flamesy, 7 kills yet to die.
There we go. That's the kind of start the Vitality squad need. Across the board as well, there's already been this affinity for the B site, so Mezzi and Rops will continue to have their hands busy. Gonna take this chance, Blitz.
Really?
Mezzi has other ideas.
Full
now
eyes
all
on
of a
it
sudden,
early.
they're looking for a fast reaction. Rops lines him up, a ton of damage, and support comes over quick. Senzu gonna take a lick at it though. It's both players still with low health, and Rops has got this one box to work with. All he needs,
like a
piece
machine.
of cover, piece of cake. 4 kills.
A frame before death on that last spray. Perfect hold by Rops. And this was watching Smokes game plan here, holding on the middle, making sure Blitz can't come out. We saw him do that versus Mouse. Deep into overtime, running out mid on a certain timing, looking for his duel. Vitality will not get caught off guard.
You know, one round ago, Rops did sort of get caught by exactly that. Player emerges, he goes down empty-handed. And if not for the retake, that was the breakout. But 6 rounds in a row for Vitality. And the Mongols are going to have to stomach this reality check. Sure, phenomenal map 1.
Oh, it's actually a little awkward. Molly comes out, 3 players intent on taking long control. Now, like moths to a flame, a little preoccupied with the idea that the push might come through. It's created the effect they're looking for.
Slightly off angle from Rob's going to catch them off guard. Good damage off the Tech-9.
Just Mezzy.
Still no smoke for the doorway though, so Mezzy's vision good enough to duel. Ooh, they get a dink on him as well, and then this perfectly timed play on a blitz. Oh, with the low half, he gets the player in the backdrop. That is a gift from Blitz.
How are you going to approach this? ZywOo goes to the AK.
9-10 playing with a Tech-9. And they're worried about somebody trying to test the extremities. Bomb's ticking though. And with both players on the kit, we've got that smoke grenade still for ZywOo. Molotov does not stop them from climbing through this window. Flamesy's gonna try to limit test, but as he does, he gets bested.
Yeah, he found it.
And that is Vitality turned away. 7 rounds into regulation, and your Mongols have broken through.
There's Blitz playing a little chess. That one Molly took so much damage to throw on long. Kept the 3 long setup preoccupied for just long enough. Mezzy coming out of the B doors to watch mid. They isolated Rops. Not an easy guy to kill, whether he's alone or not, and they got him with him only taking 1 frag. One simple tactic.
I mean, that's the definition of a Tech-9 drive-by.
And he remains unconditioned.
Sure.
Last couple times they try to fight in the middle, Vitality have done a great job of breaking that smoke open, waiting for him to walk through. But they look unfazed. Still, just a drop in the bucket.
Okay, change up here, Mohan.
Yeah, we got the RAWPZ Rops.
Thoughts on that?
One of the hybrids on Dust 2's gotten an ace that I remember with this gun.
Ooh, wall bang damage though.
Man, nobody saw anything.
Uh-oh. Oh, Rops!
Instant trade. Great shot on Senzu.
Talk about playing with danger. So you've got ZywOo low, but at least 9-10's also sitting on a quarter.
It's the 2 hybrids down. Interesting. We'll see if it was worthwhile.
Let's let the experts work. ZywOo versus 9-10.
Oh my gosh, look at the move. The risk that's being taken. We're talking major grand final here. The amount of smokes that are being walked through. The CTs think they can have a moment to themselves where they'll get some respect.
Not only do you have that walkout on long, but you've also got Techno into this same position that Blitz unraveled it all from, but ZywOo doesn't like just sitting back. Thing is, he took damage there, 27 additional damage done. He survives that barely, puts a smoke down in front of his counterpart who carries that bomb. And we've seen them test smokes. They're looking to try it yet again. Flamesy sliding forward into the elbow lineup. It's right there for him. Sitting ducks. And so now he jumps into the cover. His 10-1 score dropped to 2. Mzinho 1v3 into the op. Will he find him? Crouched down. Headshot to the player in the back. That one looked damn close. But instead, Vitality find their rebound. Scoreline 7-1.
Inches away from landing that flick and putting it 2 rounds in a row together. The least likely op to see.
And we are playing confident Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Both from the Mongols on the walk, out long, out mid, but also these moves from ZywOo. That deep commitment out of Flamesy. Apex just crawling in the dirt through that CT spawn. Gun round right back, and we're gonna remain aggressive. The Mongols trying to continue to play with this tempo. It is pace on Flames to fall back away from the corner. He will get out, but not unscathed. Again, early map positioning for the Mongols.
They want to play expensive CS here. Only the finest equipment in for Vitality. The ops can be very impressive. You have to be careful because they can't have that same impact if it comes to a retake. These early round situations are so important. But as we've seen, Mongolz are walking out on a lot of angles. That's the perfect recipe to find your op frags. Oh, that's a bad gap. Oh, on 9-10. That flashbang made him click.
He's hitting that every day of the week.
They go fishing for that, and this is where it gets a little scary for Vitality. Holding on to sites, going in for retakes now with 2 ops, this gun can become a liability.
But again, right, we get this proactive
They pulled the goalie. It's the right call.
They get out. Turning is Robs just in time to catch it. They've got a nade out, but Mzinho goes for the cross. And so they're going to leave this open line for Robs. And with the teammates' flash going inwards, Robs is not going to find anything more than the 2, but it's a fast move from Mezzi behind them. They are getting pushed into this bomb site. It is the Mongols corralled, this herd with their backs turned, dealt with swiftly. Senzu's response, but he's going to find the fire in front of him, and so he's got a hold. Nade takes him down to 10, and now he looks for Mezzi's head. A triple, and finally Senzu comes alive. This is his playoffs.
From a machine gun in groups to Senzu with the AWP. He makes history here for the Mongols.
You show him a shoulder and he will take your soul. Scout and pistols for Vitality. This game just opened up for the T side.
The wallets are empty.
They need the X factor. They need that special Zywoo moment coupled here with Rops. Senzu looking to yet again get in with impact. His support comes up from top mid.
Oh,
Zywoo with a shot that rocks Mongols for at least a moment. And in that moment, Flamesy's got his hands onto the AK-47. There are tools to be grabbed here for Vitality, but the op of 910 recovers it. That deep angle through the staircase of the tunnels, only his 4th kill of this map.
For a brief moment, they had info on all 4 players. Now
going back.
Keys will start to fan out. I don't know if this will be heard. Mzinho, will he walk it to his grave?
Oh!
Yes.
Right when you need him. Zywoo collects a second, and with it, a gun. Recovery mission in full effect here in round 10 of the half. Still a ton of utility for 910 to get them out of here. His kill in lower tunnels is why this one's still alive. Blitz finds timing on Apex. His counterpart bested. We go back 2v2.
A left turn. Blitz comes back. Senzu here to try to catch Zywoo, and the shadow works in his favor. Now it's got to be the 1-on-2.
At the very least, Blitz will play with Bomb. And at the very least, he has them separated, but that clock ticks against him quickly. This man has digged deep into Mongolia to find talent to step up to the biggest stages, and it is time for him to shine. But with Mezzi on that back of the site, his hands are busy. All Mezzi's got to do is stop this plant. He'll step forward and do it, and that is the X factor needed. That is what Zywoo does.
Absolutely perfect timing. It's never flashy with the guy who's there just in time, every time.
You just said it best. Every time this round started to go back to the Mongols, Zywoo made another move to try to win this round. First, stepping up off the connector. Secondly, over towards long doors. And then finding that free kill with shadow advantage inside of it. The Mongols spiral back to the half-buy.
Let's try to alley-oop 910. Going into lower tunnels, trying to pull that lung rotation. But Zywoo stayed vigilant.
Round like that sprinkled in for the Mirage victory of the Mongols. Now they get a taste of their own medicine. Sounds like Ulaanbaatar in here.
Better hear some damn horses.
No, sorry, just one goat. And he's playing much better this time around. 10-4
Yeah.
Zywoo at the moment.
Yeah, you had to,
हार गए क्या?
a lot of rounds to give him credit in that last game.
2-8 हार
Good
रही है.
kills
Come on,
here and
Mongolz,
there,
you can do
opening
it!
that Vitality needed, but ultimately,
Let's go!
that was the score at the top. Abysmal.
And this utility is just so well timed. suffocating in a way, but
that's a miss.
Pistol will drop down into the CT spawn. This makes things curious. Oh!
Nice shot!
Get turned on. Zywoo does it right back. But in doing so, he's given up a chance for the push out from the catwalk, and plus now long control over for the Mongols. This is Zywoo attack from
Nice!
That's how you've got to best him.
मेरा आते ही राउंड जीत रहे हैं लोग। Woo!
Pinch on long. And so with lesser weapons, the Mongols put that bomb down in a curious position here because it's a lot of money on the line for Vitality. They can take a chance at this retake. Mezzi's going to get flashed through that smoke, and he'll get the one up close. How about the second in the background? Tries to chase him down. Rops will clean it up. And so we go clutch to clutch yet again. This is where Techno does his best. Missed op shot means Rops has an open door. Closes in on that distance to the bomb, which is not.
Nice!
So it's real damn nice.
Oh! मैं जैसे आया राउंड जीत रहे हैं लोग। भाई थोड़ा बात करने गया था।
Filthy shot from Mzinho and a filthy response out of Zywoo, but ultimately look how overstressed his position was there on Car. That split came in. And he can only spin around so many times. Oh, great find here.
These two going back and forth.
Yeah, brave move. It's a 2-ops. Coming in again, Mzinho has one.
In contrast, very little for Vitality, but they'll put it all on the line.
He actually just hot swapped. This push.
Opens a door for Apex to push, but all close proximity. Zywoo's back out, smoke down in front of him.
Nice!
Techno will take him, but what they don't know about is Apex, and so he'll drop that bomb with the off-top mid, and then Mezzi's into the action. Now that is what we've come to expect. 9-3 on the half for Vitality.
Sound resumed.
थर्ड मैप जाएगा कि नहीं बताओ? थर्ड मैप जाएगा कि नहीं बताओ?
तू चुप रहे यार, तू जब से आया ना तब से हार।
अबे गांडू है क्या? जब मैं जब आया तब जीती।
ज्वाइन करके ट्वीट डाला था ना, तब से
भाई
छक्कों की नजर लगती है।
अबे गांडू सुन मेरी बात, जब मैं इधर अभी आया ना पीसी में तब जीती राउंड ये लोग।
सुन ट्वीट डिलीट कर, अभी जाके ट्वीट डिलीट कर प्लीज।
नहीं भाई जीत जाएगी मंगोल्स, तू देख।
अबे जीतने पे कर यार, इससे जिंक्स होता है।
नहीं होता है जिंक्स, जीतेगी।
मत करो यार जिंक्स आगे से भाई, मेरे को बोलना नहीं है अभी कुछ, छोड़ यार।
भाई मंगोल्स का फ्लैग लिया है।
वो भाई पूरा हेडफोन नया हो गया मेरा। लगा दिया।
कौन सा हेडफोन है तेरा बेंजीन?
HyperX 2।
लास्ट में शायद से
मेरे को भी चेंज करना है, वो मेरे पास है बट मेरे को आता नहीं करना।
बढ़िया है भाई, पेंसिल से कर, आई मीन पेन से कर ली।
हुआ ना तेरा पेन से?
लास्ट में इन्फर्नो है।
फट गया
भाई,
थोड़ा सा फट गया बट हो गया
भाई। मैं तो ढूंढ रहा हूं तब से।
एलओटी पे आ जाओ, क्लाउडा पे आ जाओ, किस पे आना बताओ? एलओटी पे
करते किसी पे भी।
क्या मेरे
है ना तेरे पास?
हां भाई फुल।
तो भाई मेरे स्ट्रीम देखो ना गाइस।
हेलो
एंटीवायरस भी इधर ही है लॉल।
तो और कब से है भाई? हेलो
अमर भाई, पेपर एक्स विनिंग थॉट्स?
भाई इट्स अ गुड डे।
इट्स अ गुड डे।
ये पेपर एक्स वर्सेस ये है ना, रुक जाओ क्या स्कोर है?
आ जाओ भाई डिस्कॉर्ड पे।
1-1 था अभी।
ट्विच पे कर रहा हूं स्ट्रीम, अभी ट्विच नहीं मतलब वो डिस्कॉर्ड पे कर रहा हूं स्ट्रीम।
तो भाई
अबे बेंजीन ज्वाइन ही, चैनल फुल है भांचो, कोई अच्छे चैनल में अमंग अस में आ जा।
हां 10 वाले
लिंक दे।
इसमें थोड़ी लिमिट है
भाई, 10 के लगाई।
अबे 10 से भी ज्यादा ही हैं, अपन तो 12 लोग हैं।
अरे तो कोई
आधे नहीं आएंगे, कूल है।
आधे आएंगे आधे नहीं आएंगे भाई।
चलो
भाई तुम मेरे YouTube पे क्यों नहीं आ रहे हो स्ट्रीम देखने?
अबे भाई वहां पे गंदा सा रडार की जगह है, गंदा सा कुछ शक्ल।
अगर तू पहले ट्वीट डिलीट कर।
भाई रडार पे मैंने कुछ शक्ल रखा ही नहीं है।
तू ट्वीट डिलीट करेगा तो ही आ सकते हैं।
क्वालिटी सही आ रही है ना?
हां
एकदम बढ़िया।
मेरा
मेरी क्लिक कुछ रही कैश की। आपको पता है गॉड पार्टिकल के ऐसे ही मारा था मैंने ऑफ से।
गॉड पार्टिकल तो टीम ही
गॉड पार्टिकल बीमिन के आगे ही नहीं आ पा रहे भाई।
तो ठीक है बेंजी तू स्ट्रीम कर,
डालेंगे सारे मिलेंगे सनरूम में।
तेरे स्ट्रीम से मैं स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूं, ठीक है?
एक फ्लैश फटेगा
बेंजी ठीक है?
वही प्लांट हो गया यार,
बट आवाज नहीं आनी चाहिए बस।
द मोस्ट एग्जीक्यूट बेस्ड टीम ऑफ ऑल टाइम।
थोड़ा एग्जीक्यूट
गॉड पार्ट
एक एग्जीक्यूट नहीं किया होगा आज तक।
भाई तुम लोग ना बहुत वो हो रहे, तुम मेरे सच्चे दोस्त नहीं हो।
ऐसा क्यों है भाई?
अरे हमको स्पेशल नाम मिला है भाई।
ये कुछ हम लोग ने कारनामा किया था उसकी वजह से ये स्पेशल नाम रखे हैं।
हमारे साथ हमारे नाम जोड़ दिए गए हैं फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ हिस्ट्री।
ये शाप हो गई।
हां भाई
Sound muted. Microphone
मैं
muted.
ऐसे
Resume.
भावेश
Microphone activated.
यस लिंक दे मेरे को वो
With Mongolz
Link?
USA, they're supporting the Mongols.
यार वो
LOT
LOT पे है।
Tell me,
अच्छा
tell me
LOT
all
पे
about this. Why you're cheering for the Mongols? What they're going to do right now?
Sound microphone
Pretty
muted.
much,
The Mongols are just like Cloud9 in 2018, and Vitality are pretty much like FaZe Clan. They're the U Giants. They're the best team in the world. They're a super team. The Mongols, they're a top 5 team, but they haven't won much all year. The Mongols got to take down Vitality. They got to win. It's so similar. But Vitality are going down. The Mongols are winning this major.
You heard it here first. Mongolz USA says Mongols will win this major. Let's go!
Let's go!
Feels like we're looking for something miraculous here in Austin.
You know, I
Quick
get it
temperature
now.
check. How do you guys enjoy this grand final so far? Remember, every step of the way, we could be standing on the brink of history.
I see the red thread between Mongolians and Cowboys.
Okay.
It's horses.
I got you.
There we go.
Well, got to wrangle this goat in ZywOo first because he has found his impact throughout that first half. We saw them getting into the nitty-gritty, those half-buy rounds. But here it goes. Mongolz CT side feels like Goliath is getting back up in this series.
Yeah, we got now more of the same from their previous series. Some good competitive rounds, but an overall dominant scoreline for Vitality. Hopefully Mongolz talk shop about what to do next. And they played this team enough times, they knew it was going to be this difficult.
That's a tough amount of damage for Senzu to have to deal with. Little jump through blitz. Good on him for still dropping a player with him. It's tough to recover that one, but he will smoke down into the CT spawn, and the Mongols will rebuttal with one of their own on the door. Techno puts those Berettas right down beneath the window. If the tunnels player gets out, that's one thing, but backside Mongols.
Oh, crushed.
Instead, Vitality just come raining through the window, and with that smoke still down towards CT spawn, it feels like it's a long road for Mongols to get into this site.
No, absolutely. Got nothing here to work with. CT's starting to peel back. It's a proper attack here from Vitality. You can see they crack open the middle of the map. Yes, it cost them a player, but once they get that smoke down for mid B, the rest of their utility gets him into the site easily. Might be a quiet death here for Mongolz on Dust 2 if they've got nothing more to give.
Oh, it can't be any more quiet than Vitality going out of Mirage.
Yeah, you don't pull out you don't pull out victories like this without winning at least one of the pistols.
God damn, Austin. Would you look at this? Block up close. Good hustle through the doorway. Just good team play from Vitality. They're spacing here. You can see in the highlights all these kills ready to be traded out. FlameZ was in bottom middle. Even if those Berettas started to get crazy, it's these deep lunges from the T side that really made things awkward for Mongolz. Double scout buy between Blitz and 910. Curious that it's not in Senzu's hands, but Blitz is looking confident the way he takes this towards top middle. Hearing that utility coming up from Suicide, though, is going to make him play a bit more timid. Back towards the doorway. Him and 910 looking to combine in middle with these guns.
Mirage.
Finding chances to get these openers without anybody peeking him. Vitality bleeding seconds off the clock that they can afford to lose. It's actually very good here from Vitality in terms of exactly how quickly they're coming in. No resistance.
Sorry,
The later
camera.
the round goes, the harder it is for the CTs to find these opening kills. What a perfect anti-eco looks like.
Well, the Blitz is here with flashbangs, and Mzinho, if he finds a bunch of bodies blind, maybe he tears through this cat hit. And there it is, perfect flash and a bunch of damage. ZywOo is going to be sitting on 30. Ross looks towards the reaction out middle. You can see the Mongols a bit flustered, trying to come and help their captain. Rob's cutting them down to size, one by one. But the Desert Eagle finds its answer. And Senzu would love to get his hands on a better gun. Blitz, scout, connects. ZywOo bested and more damage done. It's 2 health remaining here for Mezzi. And as Vitality try to push up against this site, here comes Senzu from the back line.
We got one.
Connects it through the smoke.
2 HP.
And if only he had a frag.
Mezzi has the bomb, but he doesn't have time to get to the other side. He's got to plant. Senzu, will he be able to cut him off the pass?
No, he doesn't try to stop it. Mezzi hands busy. If only he had some way to do damage without giving Mezzi the chance. The one golden shot's what Mezzi needs. He swings.
Oh!
Confidence.
What a move. He planted long plant, push towards Cat. I can't believe he took that move.
Oh, what could have been with this one.
Wow.
Mzino finds a
Mzino का एक और kill था यार.
Such a good read, right? He thinks Senzu, as he is going to try to bait out some information over the top of a box. He plays like he has 100 HP. It works to his favor.
Huh?
Yes, keep it
You are,
going,
guys,
boys.
you are amazing. You are a fucking amazing team. I love you guys, for real. I love being in this team. Thanks for that, guys. I swear, thanks for that. The best team of my career so far, so let's fucking go. Let's win the fucking major together and start by now. Let's go, boys.
Let's fucking go, boys.
That's not the hater I remember coming out of the stage.
No. He may not like you guys, but he sure as hell loves his teammates. And like I said, leader of men. To get everybody rallied after a deflating loss. No easy ask of a man who plays against the world tonight. Scout shots connect through middle. He doesn't need to see you, he can sense you. I mean, Zywoo's giving you some shots, those tracers, what Senzu's looking to lock in on. It's a magazine, a scout down, and half of Zywoo gone. But it's gonna have to be force buys for the Mongols. Where we are on the highway to map 3 in this grand final.
Nice shot!
Headshot. Not able to snap it down to the player to the doorway. Does
Nice!
have a teammate to work with. Mezzi able to get the better of the scout.
Oh, 2 guys 10 HP.
Just keeps racking up, and so this fast-moving MP9 gets caught.
Mezzi stuck out mid. Does he get this kill?
Oh, yes.
No, yaar.
Recovery from Vitality. Another situation, just like Mezzi in the last round. Zywoo 2 health. Catches the player getting a little rumbunctious.
9-10, you can do it, bro. You can do it, 9-10.
That they've got Vitality sinking in round 15.
They can counter a spot just walking out of mid. They're trying to look for him. 9-10, trying to think ahead.
Bomb's already gone. Robs has that full health, and so
wow.
9 rounds to go. Mongols want to force OT. It is a huge mountain to climb.
It's a great try. Senzu fought hard just to keep info on mid. On this eco, but it's so well played here for Vitality. You can push them, you can test them, but they don't get scared. That's what Mezzi proved in that last 1v1. That's what they prove here on this anti-eco. You're not dreaming, kid. You are in a major final.
Does it again. Zywoo down low, off the bat, trying to work his way down middle. Scoops up bomb as Mezzi waits for some kind of a movement over on long. Senzu in these last couple rounds has been more than happy to just take chances. Any damage early could come back to cost Vitality, but they don't seem too intimidated about taking up the space regardless. Blitz has found a nice little pocket of comfort here behind the stairs. Gets into Apex, and now Flamesy's low as well. So the Mongols, again, working with less, are at the very least getting in their damage.
The easiest time to win this game is now. Mongols spending every dollar to make this happen. Damage, but no kill once again.
Just get all the damage in, but the kills are so elusive. Blitz finally able to collect 1 frag over top of Zywoo. He has done a great job of thrusting his team to the top of the board. Him, Rox, and Mezzi, all 17 kills apiece.
Mzino, yaar.
Caught out again. Mzino is bested in a critical duel that'll give man advantage back over to Vitality. Can't forget about that early damage, though. Could damn well be the reason Mongols try to extend play here on Dust 2.
Looking for one more aggressive move. They bought some time on the clock.
Nice.
Almost gets a frag. No refrag, however. And they cheat over to the site that Vitality were thinking about going to, but they've got time
They
to
know
change.
2B.
This one might come to their captain.
Oh, they go raw duel.
Nice.
Head to head.
And here it is. Apex versus Blitz.
All right. Apex has got the health to work with. Blitz is going to get mollied out of this position.
Nice!
Hit that headshot, burnt to a crisp. The kills, they're right here for the taking. Whoa!
Nice!
It could have been, but we go one step closer to overtime. The first step of a massive ask. I hate even saying the word out loud.
I mean, especially versus Vitality. Who's ever made that comeback so far? Who?
I'm at a loss.
They're used to getting to 12 or even more used to getting 13 first. Good try in the end. They keep it really expensive here for the Mongols. But they themselves clearly suffered some losses. It tagged both ways. Techno and Zywoo down half.
Just win this round, Mongolz. Momentum aa jayega.
The wool pulled over Mzinho's eyes. When he's gotten active through that doorway, it's been at the Mongols' cost. But look at this move towards top middle. We got bodies here for the Mongols trying to catch Vitality off guard. Looking to fight fire with fire.
Nice.
Get that damage off of the scout. No tag back either. Oh, wow. I can't believe it, man. Blitz is just so comfortable moving into all of these spots.
Bye, Mizino! Mizino! What are you doing, Mizino?
Going the way of Vitality all too often. Minute 10. And they've got an open road.
Blitz secured incredible information. Now there is Wops that's just waiting outside to come back in for the re-aggression. The T's, however, are going back. This might be so smart.
Yeah, I mean, going all the way. Ooh, and the Moody center falls silent because the end of the Mongols feels near. Zywoo is going to serve up a great distraction over towards Long. You see this preoccupying 3/4 of the Mongols. And Zywoo stops rattling those shots off, but Vitality's still taking their time, silently getting up into the tunnels. The Mongols have no idea. This is going to be a B-site retake, whether the Mongols know it or not.
No, they get the info. Blitz makes the call, I think, executive decision here. No one's exiting the back of Long, and they took too long to actually get into the site. They're going to get met in the door.
All right, little hesitation. Battle's
Nice!
to be had. Senzu hits the headshot.
Arey!
A slight hesitation from Vitality gave that chance.
Arey!
But you allowed Zywoo to attack the flank, and you have allowed...
कोई बात नहीं, Inferno निकालेगा, कोई बात नहीं.
This was always going to be a challenge for the Mongols, and they set a hell of a precedent. But in a major grand finals, we will go the distance. Inferno up next.
They leave it all on the line. And they put together one of their more classic score lines versus a team they played a lot. Lots of single-digit losses to the Mongols. Vitality want to remind them that just because it's a major final doesn't mean it's any different.
But what Vitality needs to remember is that their Inferno is also on a weak foundation. This is where the win streak ended, and it's where the major ends as well.
Flamesy, good recovery, I gotta say, after that first map. Tell me, was it going a bit better here?
अच्छा खेलती है Mongolz.
Successful match. Mongols played really well on the first map, and we played now good. We had good
Soundboard's microphone activated.
चॉपर को निकाल लो.
चॉपर की जगह
Mongols will win Inferno. क्या बोला था गाइस मैंने?
क्या बातें कर रहे हो? कहाँ देख रहे हो तुम लोग टीम? मुझे बताओ तो.
भाई Mizino बेंजीन क्या कर रहा है? Step up, bro. गाइस आ जाओ DM में आ जाओ, जिससे बाप का दूध पिया है DM आएगा. और दोनों आ जाओ.
किस पे?
भाई मैं तो AFK जा रहा था.
कोई भी DM में आ जाओ. इस पे आ जाओ हांगकांग. बस से हाइपिंग आएगा, लोग सिंगापुर ही आ जाओ.
There's a lot going on right here in this moment. What was the difference between the Mongols in map 1 and map 2?
Sound microphone muted.
We can't show up ourselves, and everything didn't go bad, yeah.
And then if we look around this room right now, what does it feel like when the entire room is behind the Mongols?
Mongolia? Yeah, it feels very good, that whole nation cheering for us. And we tried our best to win map 3, yeah.
Last one I've got for you this, man. All the way over in Ulaanbaatar, they're watching Counter-Strike. There's a whole bunch of people in Mongolia watching Counter-Strike. You want to say something to them?
За хоёр дахь map дээр жоохон бүтлгүүдэд эхэлчлээ. Тэгээд гурав дахь map дээр Inferno бид нэр өөрсдийнхөө хийж чадах бүх зүйлийг тултална нэгэ давар авахыг хичээнэ.
And that's the Mongols, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, for Vitality, they're the big bad wolves in Austin right now. They put a stop to the Mongols' fairy tale run for now on the ground of Dust 2, but that is what we expect from a team, Peter, who have been performing at the highest level so far in 2025. This is the response we wanted, and it's what we got.
Exactly the bounce back that I also expected of Vitality when they come out with such a poor performance on Mirage. You know, the way they have turned around, the way that they were playing off each other, and you can just see that the team play just stepped up to a whole new level in combination with their individuals, also actually showing grit. Like, I think we had obviously Saiwu, he was the talking point coming in. You know, Dust 2 is like kind of the opposite paradise. But if I were like to go into the Mongolz room right now, and if I was allowed to go in there, I would actually just tell them, right, come here guys, and I was like, guys, stop thinking about winning, because that is the issue they have right now. Stop thinking about it, because that's why they're paying poor.
Yeah, thinking too much on the end goal versus what's going to get you there. Yeah, for sure. This one definitely got away from them. I would say, like, Vitality, that's how you want the champions that we've had this year to respond. But also, yes. Apex even says it in that team clip that was there. That was like, thank you guys. I love being down this team. You could see some of that leadership. But he's also saying that because I guarantee between those maps, he was like, wake up. Somebody wake up and 100%. Come join me in this grand final.
That must have been an Apex team talk for the ages in between maps 1 and 2. But you mentioned team play, Peter. We saw it right off the bat for Vitality. It's round number 3. It's the first gun round that Mongolz are coming in with. What was the story for you in terms of how Vitality responded?
I think it was more about the preparation. We can see that Apex chucks the first grenade in when the whole pack goes up, but he actually picks up another one, and he picks up another one. There's like the way they have put all the grenades in this specific spot tells a case that they probably know that Mongolz like to group up in the third round when they get the rifles and just go for this very notorious group up catwalk strat that we've seen coming into Counter-Strike 2. And I think this is a showcasing that Vitality, they came in really prepared. Obviously, this is their map pick, so they know what to expect. They know what Mongolz like to bring to the table. And then afterwards as well, we just saw how they were actually going for the retake, doing supportive flashes for each other.
Jodi major
the team play to set up
major
the
jite jaye.
Yeah, and I think it actually that leads into like a bigger picture of what like Vitality was trying to do on the map. Because after that, I think Mongolz got a little bit scared of catwalk. They spent a lot of time attacking the B bomb site afterwards, and it was like, oh, maybe these catwalk hits aren't going to work this game. Maybe Vitality actually have this locked down and prepared for us.
Very similar story when we dive into round number 5. Even when the Mongols do get the bomb down, Vitality having all the answers in terms of their retake too.
This was like a case for Mongolz actually putting themselves in a great position. The first opening frag, he has great team play again, once again blowing the smoke mid to find the frag on Blitz. And you know, Messi actually tries to get away. This is the thing is now, once they actually get into a position where they want to try back to the B bomb side, they actually get drops quite luckily through the smoke. Here, Techno gets quite the frag, and that opens up the entire bomb side. You know, the mid player comes in, they still get the trade, they get the bomb side. But this is the case. 9-10 just needs to stay alive, because when he goes down, he also puts Techno now in a position. He doesn't get the frag, so now he has to rotate back. And Vitality, they immediately understand that the fact that he is in lower, that means there's only one guy on the B bomb side. That is where they know when to strike. This was a case of Mongolz overthinking the situation and not actually just playing the B bomb side defense.
Making it too hard on themselves, I think. Like, that's like 9-10 saying, I need to get this kill for myself right now, but you have that crossfire with Techno, right? Lure him in. You can just chill. You've showed your presence.
Just play off each other. And 9-10 just stay alive. That's all that matters.
Techno's got next one, then I peek again, and it can be beautiful.
I think it's safe to say that we were demanding a lot more from basically every single individual from Vitality coming off of that first map of Mirage into Dust 2. And birthday boy Flamesy, he showed up. We got round number 8. There was obviously a hell of a lot of impact throughout this entire map from him, but it's great to see, you know, a rookie on this very stage, right? He's one of the few members of Vitality, Dupree, that hasn't won a major trophy.
Obviously, there's a lot on the line for Flamesy that hasn't won. So obviously to see Flamesy stepping up from, we've seen him have like plays where it's been going wrong for him, but here, this is a very like great play. Once you get the smoke on the catwalk, that allows you to go there. We've actually seen the Messina walked out long. I think they had a lot of space here that Mongolz didn't know how to use, and that actually forces his teammates to, he probably calls that he wants them to attack on the catwalk side instead of actually playing on the fact that he's unspotted on long.
Yeah, and I think I mean that shows too, like Flamesy sliding up behind that smoke on catwalk. You talk
Look
about
at the storyline.
Preparation with the nade
22
stack.
second
It's like another indication, and actually that was maybe like the 4th time in the game up to that point where I've seen Mongolz trying to execute through a smoke into a defender. Rops had a couple rounds of the B bombs that he was able to spray one down. Techno got that lucky kill on the run you highlighted. But if you're in a position as a team when you're starting to feel like you're so tactically outplayed that all your hits and all your strategies are going through smokes, that's a terrible feeling, and that makes you feel very much like the other team is about forcing steps ahead of you.
Now, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. 22nd of June, 22nd major, 22nd birthday for Flamesy right here, right now. Not to steal your old catchphrase, Dupree, but written in the stars, is it for Flamesy?
I mean, it's kind of, you know, he puts himself in this one to win, you know. It's like if we believe in like the overthinking and the superstitious stuff, then he's set up himself to have a really good showing. I mean, I think for Flamesy, it is obviously, he's a guy that can really show, but he's also a guy that can disappear. I think we've seen both of this tournament. I think it's important, especially coming into the next one, is of Inferno, where he completely disappeared yesterday against Mousesports. This is exactly where we need to see Flamesy step up the thing and go for the plays that he's really good at.
If he loses the grand finals today, how many birthdays do you think this ruins?
Probably the next 5 to come.
4 years, 5 of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be giving
Agar
Mongolz
GT,
it wasn't like the Mongols didn't try to fight back here, right? We can dive into round number 9 once again. Senzu trying his best, pulling off an amazing performance here. It just wasn't enough in the grand scheme of things.
Well, obviously we praise Senzu for what he's been doing so much, and again we see the Mongols actually playing around where they put themselves in really good position, going for a B contact play that catches Vitality off guard because they want a guy down. They actually do a little bit of a fumble here where they lose too many fracture ups instead of actually waiting or trying to do it together, and then Senzu actually from Car getting a kill, but I love the reposition from him that he doesn't stay in this position. Messi actually comes in with a great flank, but look at the reaction from Senzu. He knows, well, he's actually forced out by the Molotov to go out, get that double kill, that Vitality you do not expect. He picks up the AWP and starts thinking, what am I supposed to do? I have so much little health, I need to go for something, and boom, he gets the tap.
I know this is a clip talking about the Mongols positives, but I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm going to turn it into a negative, because 3 rounds won by Mongols in the first half, all 3 of them were won by those kinds of desperate clutches.
Yeah.
Like, they never got their foot in the door in an actual round. They never got to play with an advantage. They never really got to feel like they were comfortable in the round and had control of things. Everything was desperately, barely hanging on.
And that's the thing. It wasn't like they weren't trying to play that same fearless style that we saw on map number 1. It just wasn't working in the same game, right?
I actually feel like
the
round 3 the way they got demolished on the execute by getting naded. Maybe that got a little bit to their head, thinking, okay, they maybe know how we're not to approach the map. And after this one, I actually feel like Mongols went on a path that was not good for them. They went for a lot more individual plays. They started, you know, trying to be a little bit of the hero of the guy. We lost one like a frag here, then that someone guys tried to sneak through a smoke, go out mid, go out long, and they just constantly died one by one and trying to group up and actually play. It's like they got afraid of actually playing the style that we know they can play.
I think the catwalk thing with Apex forced them over to the B bomb site. I actually think, I mean, Zabu obviously had a great game, plenty of players to talk about. I think Rops was the key factor to this, because once they switched away from catwalk and started attacking B, Rops spraying them down through smoke, taking down 1 or 2 players, damaging a couple players, pushing up middle with an AWP. He set a tone on the other side of the map as well that was just like, you don't have access to this either. So where are you going to go now? Catwalk's closed, B bomb site's closed.
Well, Jason, you brought up the Apex hype moment, so let's relive it one more time in this mic'd up moment.
Yes, keep it going,
guys. You are amazing. You are a fucking amazing team. I love you guys, for real. I love being in this team. Thanks for that, guys. I swear, thanks for that. The best team of my career so far, so let's fucking go. Let's win a fucking major together and start by now. Let's go, boys.
Let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah, maybe just close your ears for that one.
Yeah, I did already.
Ever worked with. He didn't say that, but like sincerely, you can tell Apex means that, right? There's some people where they say those words, there's not the vigor, there's not the passion behind it. Apex is not one of those people. He only says shit if he means it.
And it's a cool moment to do it. Like, he's not actually being like super loud, super hypey about it, just very calm. They'd already had a huge lead up to that point, and that was the thank you for the recovery between maps. And I'll tell you what, I'd run through a smoke, 3 flashbangs, Molotov, and a grenade for him after that speech. I would do exactly that.
And you know, that brings me back to what I said just before we went live with the first map, also for the second map, sorry, is that the fact that they found themselves in a position where Apex was the only one showing up in Mirage, and now he needed his teammates to step up. Now he also praised them back for actually doing it. You know, it's great. It's great leadership. This is exactly what it is.
Pavlov would be so happy.
Definitely.
Just because I'm going to be doing the final thoughts down on the show floor with the other 2 lovely gentlemen, Maui and Pimp, I want to get your closing thoughts. This is the final map of the major. We've gone the full distance, the third and final decider. Of course, it has to be Inferno. Give me your takes, guys.
Dream.
I mean, I think if you want to talk about the mentality Vitality has, that it, you know, match history doesn't matter. It's a major. It's all new. You can have the same thing about a third map and a major grand final. Nothing matters anymore. Everyone just has to come in on this one map. I think obviously the weakness of Vitality, that we've seen them get upset on the map twice throughout this event, is a little bit worrying. I'm going to still take Vitality to win it, but this map feels very 50-50.
I'm going on board. I got to go for Vitality. And I also think that the team that thinks the least of winning is going to win this one.
Well, gentlemen, I don't know how this one is going to be falling, but I do know we need to head things to a quick break. When we're back, Inferno, the ultimate decider, going down here in Austin.
all the star player. I mean, if you put Dante, Monesi, Kyosuke, Simple, all the prime of them, Nico.
Okay.
और हमारे पास भी अच्छे प्लेयर्स होंगे 1.4 बिलियन पीपल है मंगोलिया पहुंच गई तो हम क्यों नहीं यार 1.4 बिलियन पीपल तो है लोग तो है बट उसमें से पीसी गेमर्स कितने वो भी डिपेंड करता है ब्रो पीसी गेमर्स में से भी कितने प्लेयर्स सीएस के लिए ऐसा डेडिकेशन पैशन रखता है वो भी डिपेंड करता है ब्रो
I've met Fletcher here.
I just think
he bought a Mongol shirt on day one of the major. But America's fallen in love with this team. Why do you love them so much?
Because Texas is all about cowboys and all the horses are coming from Mongolia. We love Mongols. Let's go Mongols!
Let's go Mongols!
There is absolutely
let's go Mongolz, let's go
rooting for in this one, but either way we do fall to that third and final decider. It is going to be Inferno to decide who is going to be lifting that major trophy. Tell me a story about the Mongols on this particular map, Jacob. Why could they maybe be taking down the favorite?
Well, I think the story is more about vitality, to be completely honest. I think the Mongols have a realistic shot actually at winning the major. Jason said perhaps a 50-50. I'm inclined to agree in the sense that anything can happen now. For Vitality, coming into the tournament, in 2025, they had played Inferno 19 times, and they won 18 of those matches, which in itself is crazy. By far the best team in the world on Inferno. At the major so far, Maui, they played it twice, and they lost both times. So they're 2 for 2 in losses. Furthermore, they played 33 rounds on Inferno in this tournament, and they only won 7. They got smacked yesterday versus Mouse. They got smacked versus Legacy. Now, is that something to go off by? Then the Mongols definitely have a chance. But, as he said, Jason, he said something smart. Doesn't happen often. It's a major. It's map 3. Anything can happen.
I still got to give the favorites to Vitality in this one. I can't mince words in that regard. But I'm glad that we got a little bit from Apex, motivating his troops. But I feel like right now, a lot of this actually comes down to his individual play. We know they're starting on CT side, and as Apex continues to etch his name into the Mount, or his face that is, into the Mount Rushmore of in-game leaders, he's going to actually have to do a lot of the fragging because, you know, Senzu, he loves running up banana, he loves trying to take it from him, so he's going to have to fight back. It's Apex.
We sound like a broken record every time we talk about Inferno, but the amount of fights that are going to be going down in that banana position. What's the story for Mongols on the other side of it if they're going to be, you know, trying to break through that Vitality defense to start?
Well, I want to make the comparison to when Legacy beat Vitality on Inferno. I think the Mongols can play the same brand of Counter-Strike, which is ultra-aggressive early on. You speak about Banana, you speak about Apex. I think he's going to have his hands full in the beginning of the game. I think the Mongols will contest that area of the map, and I think they'll do it in an aggressive way. They're not going to sit back and T-spawn for 30 seconds or for 60 seconds waiting for the fights coming to them. They have to play Counter-Strike the way they did on map 1, where they take the fight to Vitality. And we have seen Apex, we have seen Vitality struggle on Inferno when that's the case.
Oh yeah, and I mean, Senzu's the guy that's going to be right there up against him. And I feel like Senzu's got to do this for a few reasons. One, he's got to do it for Mongolia. 2, he's got to pay back Mara, who's put so much faith in him. And 3rd, he actually just has to pay his debt to Ben 10.
There's so many people behind the Mongols, rooting behind the Mongols. That is, we obviously a crowd favorite, undisputed in here. But did you guys see the pictures of the fan viewing over Ulaanbaatar? That is insane. Imagine you're the Mongols in this moment, knowing a weight of a nation on your shoulders. Is that going to be too much for them to handle as we move into map 3?
I hope they haven't seen the pictures, to be completely honest, because that could be a little bit added pressure on top of what already is a lot of pressure playing in a major grand final. It's 6 a.m. in Mongolia. I hope they're listening in to us right now. You see some of the pictures right here on the screen as well. It is absolutely crazy. Imagine being awake at 6 a.m. to support your favorite Counter-Strike team in your home country. Sincerely, I hope they haven't seen the pictures, Mario, because that would add a little pressure to me.
I mean, no matter how you shape it, that looks like a rave, but it's just techno on the screens instead of techno in their ears. It's unbelievable what the Mongolian sport looks like. And I know that America does love Mongols too, and I love that they're giving so much energy to them, but I just hope that they're not out of gas.
There's absolutely no way is there.
This is insane.
Shit.
This is absolutely insane. But when we talk about pressure, we do obviously have to be looking at the side of Vitality. Heavy favorites to come into this. We were talking about it all season long. 6 trophies. Is it for naught if they they can't lift this one here today.
It's not for nothing, but obviously it would be a huge sting for Vitality if they were to fail to win this major. They are the heavy favorites. You look at the odds as well. Obviously, they are supposed to win this one. Now I want to put one player on the spot right here. Messi. He's going to play in pit, CT side. I think he needs to step it up right here. He's been doing well so far, but to have a Crumtemp who's going to do well in that position, to lock it down, that has to be Messi to begin with.
It all falls down to Inferno. One final map in the Lone Star State to see who will be hoisting the trophy.
Moody Center, from Boston to Austin, 7 long years. And what if we got map 3 Inferno with an underdog on the server? You can't write a story better than this.
It's fucking going to be history, bro.
Austin, I want to just keep
the
it real
same
for a
thing
second.
gonna happen.
Tomorrow morning, all of us wake up and everything you've seen in the last 3 weeks is nothing but a memory.
It's a
This
deja
is your chance to
vu.
embody Counter-Strike yet again while everybody at home and all of the Mongolians in their country cheer
It's a
on.
time
So I want
travel
you to give it your
loop.
fucking all.
वही loop पे आ गए guys. जो Cloud9 versus FaZe हुआ था. आपको ज़्यादा पता है मुझसे तो क्या सिंपल कमबैक कर सकता है क्या? सिंपल को टाइम लगेगा bro. He's
Had to take your cup off just to appreciate that.
Weak
Thank you so much, Moody. Let's get into it. Make no mistake, Vitality have been hit hard on this map. They've lost twice so far at this major. They have not won Inferno so far. Legacy and Mouse. Between them, they got 7 rounds. The scariest part, Connor. 1 poor CT side, 1 poor T side. There's no consistency right now at this event for Vitality on this map.
Which is just so bewildering to say about the team that has been the embodiment of consistency throughout the first half of 2025. How is it that Inferno remains so elusive?
Nice
the
shot.
most important event of the season.
Oh, the guy with all the utility just popped up, took out Mezzi, and pushed the other CT back. Rop's looking for his way back in, but he's letting them go. Oh, there's Senzu down. That's a nice find.
Give me more of that. Mzinho kind of stuck into this corner.
But he could just hold him back. He knows his power right now. Let's see how they fight this. Rops. Bullet between the eyes from long range. Apex playing retake. Good spot here for the Mongolz. Lost 2 pistols last time. Will they make up for it?
This B site needs some improvement. This map needs some improvement. As far as Vitality's camp's concerned, we've got 1 kit here for Rops for the retake. You've got an incendiary and you've got a smoke grenade. Small pieces of a big puzzle with massive ramifications. Early momentum is what Vitality need to weaponize. And right now they want to get this retake going.
Missed the molly because the flash.
910's going to try to swing out from the pool. He's got
nice.
to work.
Nice.
2 kills from the back of the site. Flames, he's got the answer with a couple of his own. And this player up close is not going down.
Nice.
Another one in hand, denied. But there's no time for this. Apex has got to run. He grabs
nice.
And the Mongols will start this T-side run with a pistol.
Are ahead right now in this final. They got this pistol. They secured that site. This first pick, again, full kit of utility. 1 bullet ruins Mongol's day. All that utility comes into effect as they take the site. They have their cake and eat it too. A knife kill.
What a time to start sprinkling in the swagger.
That's a lot of extra money to be made after winning. Taking and defending Banana has been a problem for Vitality. Apex, as was called upon by the desk, has to be the one to contribute a lot here. And he has been playing well. He who wins Banana wins Inferno.
So far, that's all this defense looks like. A smoke in front of all 5. As if a 1v5 on B site wasn't hard enough. Thing is, though, he's still working with a good amount of grenades, so he will refresh that smoke. But we've seen a lot, I think, throughout this series of the Mongols kind of pushing the limits on smoke grenades.
Thing is, sometimes you see a smoke like this and you don't believe anything because would you block if there was a flank coming in?
Right.
You'd want to leave it open. I wouldn't be surprised if they run through this.
5-7 off of the flashbang. This is good from Apex. Slows it down for a second, allows for the other pistols to arrive in time.
He's waiting for a flash.
Mezzi's gonna just jump on through. He's got teammates around him, and those are frazzled Mongolz players. MP9 unable to get the next one. This is Blitz with a big multi-kill already. 3 frags to his name, but you've got ZywOo into the clutch. Player over towards the pillars trying to get his hands busy. ZywOo's got a chance. And when there's a chance,
nice
there's
try
a for ZywOo. He is the pillar of Vitality.
He saved this, denied the second round conversion. The 1-on-2, look at this flash. It's absolutely beautiful.
Time था नहीं क्या? 15 सेकंड था.
He has to make up for that last map. Mongolz did to him what they did to Simple earlier on in the quarterfinal. He's coming into this final tied as the highest rated player ever in a major playoffs.
Which is just amazing. Hell of a time to pull it off.
But it won't mean anything without this win. And certainly a lot less without his performance in this very final.
Exchange kills, top banana, that's gonna send the Mongolz back. So many questions about Vitality on Inferno. Why did it start to go so wrong? And how do they stop this free fall, this abyss that is their current record on Inferno, specifically here in Austin? Utility's healthy still for the Mongolz, and they've also got a bunch of space going for them. Rops is looking to get into the action. AK stuck into the fight, but it's Rops and ZywOo. What other duo would you want to try to hold back the Horde? 9-10, the last player up. They do a great job on this defense to just keep Mongolz at bay. No footing closer to that bomb site. No kill on the defense goes their way. And so that gut-wrenching feeling of knowing you went from winning pistol to being completely bottomed out economically now starts to sink in.
This used to be the map that was the one that Mongolz could rely on, and they didn't really have a map pool otherwise. Now it's just a feature, not one that they pick, but one that they're happy to run into. A map that they took to round 24 the last time they played against Vitality. Vitality, no, they won last time.
I feel like within this series, there's been so many small mid-round moments where either team is just kind of taking that broad to their enemy, and this last round's such a great example of it again. ZywOo off short, Rops up into the apartments.
No kill off that, but they run through the nades. They're going all the way.
They're going strong. They're trying to catch Vitality entirely off. This is the kind of decision that could actually have further ramifications. It is a massive hole inside of this B site.
Oh, the counter util's fantastic. Running back and committing to the run back and falling back on their utility. Doing everything well here, not a single death.
The Mongolz thought that the element of surprise was gonna be enough for this 4th round. Instead,
what they needed was someone to start Hobbit. The triple need to take him out, and then they could run over the site, but no one was there. It was a solid call on the anti-eco setup here for Vitality. Apex can be proud of his teammates for where they used their utility from, how much space they gave up, but they knew where to draw the line.
You will often find Vitality players floating around in that perfect place where the nades did pop, just not this time. And so ready for something that aggressive. Here it is. Mongolz bottomed out. Desert Eagles across the board. If the last round fell so flat, why would you have any belief in this one? The one thing if Vitality were making mistakes, giving early fights, offering an opening to the Deagles, that has not been the case so far.
They're going to look to slow this one down to a crawl. When you see a buy like this, you want everybody to have enough time to work an angle, to take the fight that they're looking for. It's time to be greedy. You have a Deagle in play. You're trying to knock off a lot of health, take out a player, knock down 5K from the scoreboard. Don't have the util. Go forward with any kind of exact, but you know what? They're actually crawling up quite quickly.
Again, trying to play with timing, but just the contrast, much slower this time around. As I was going to catch the kill over towards the A site. That's the backup plan of the Mongols going south. And if the Vitality players aren't giving you a thread to pull on, then try to get tricky. That's what we see here with this blitz boost. Senzu loves to test these smokes, and he's looking to do it again. And that's going to catch them. Mezzi on the recovery. He had a multi-kill last round when they played it fast, but look at the radar. Look how far away they are.
He peeled back immediately.
Mezzi, that is what they needed. A lineup on players that didn't have armor. It's made that much easier for Mezzi, but it's just that fast move that could have, maybe should have broken down this defense. Techno's been a hell of a clutch, but with 3 players, I don't think so. Majority stand tall for Vitality. 4-1 lead early days.
Zaiwu gets him back into this game. They run with it from there. Protocols are looking sound. They must have taken time to talk about their Inferno. The first loss was versus Legacy. That was some time ago. The Mouse loss must have been startling after that because it wasn't a close game. It was one-sided, and that's just not what we've seen from what is the strongest map in their pool, or was. But now it's become their most studied map. Now it's become the most predictable one to come into a veto. That's what Mongolz tried to lean into. And Vitality looked like they may have taken it back to the level that it was at before they came to this major. No better time to do it than now. Apex, the captain of this team, man. Looking for 3 majors across 2 games. And while other players have made role swaps, none as ambitious as trying to become the world's best IGL and then actually create arguments for it.
Fast move towards Banana. Techno got his pocket. Gets burned out of this though. At least he finds Sanctuary within that smoke, but he is just zoned at the moment. Lucky to still be standing. Apex gonna hunt him down within that one as they leave a player still committed to the Banana. Again, there's been a lot of, I think, early support systems for Vitality at this B site.
Yeah.
If they're trying to find an improvement as to how to get back into their old Inferno ways, maybe this bolstered B site really is the key, because so far, so good. They've got Mongolz walk back, wounded yet again.
Their utility just looks so fresh right now. Everything is hitting exactly where it needs to be. You can see the health bars for the Mongolz. The first kill that comes out. Techno tries to push through smoke because Flames uses all of his ammo. It's just a bait. Apex is watching that. He's very careful before he hits that reload button to make sure Flamesy gets his bullets back in his gun.
But within the absence of any follow-up,
let's go Mongolz!
The Mongolz who look damn adamant.
Let's go
about trying this one
Mongolz!
again. Still a little bit of utility to come out for Vitality.
Let's go Mongolz!
They've kept the coffers
Let's
well
go
stocked for this.
Mongolz!
Challenge through the smoke goes down flat as hell. Flamesy looking for temporary cover as Apex is here to relieve the pressure.
Oh, it's pristine.
Just absolute excellent B-site defense.
Get excited, Apex, because that is dream level play here from your team. Everything in position, everyone covering each other. Flash is not having the impact they're looking for. Mongolz, they're trying to get ahead of these flashbangs. There's even strats where you're designed to take an after-image flash and run through it. You can see Flamesy catching the tail end of these, but before he does, he's in an active defense. He's not tucked back waiting for his teammate to take all the aggro for him. I love that fountain position.
30 plus, 31, 32.
It's the reaction of a man who's starting to believe. Very awkward for Flamesy, but I'll just say the fact he gets away with that.
Yeah, that just shows you how good the flashes are.
Another testament to the strong utility. Remember the last time that Mongolz tried to hit up this A site, it was that Zaiwu short side Rob's in-apps defense that just pushed forward and attacked at the right time. Again, they're trying to change it up. Great kill from MZ.
Nice!
2, that's the whole site.
That's what they needed, right? The first instance of an X
मार
factor
दिया यार
that comes out from the attack.
That's their way in.
You can boost over top of the smoke and you can still cast them off guard. They do exactly that with the fading bullets of that magazine. Mezzi connects onto Techno and the 910 slides down into the site, but he still doesn't even have a kill.
The best upgrade he can find is a Tech 9. We're talking about a Molly and an Mzinho.
M4 for the player over in pit.
That one buys him some time to work short, but Mzinho, he's going to have to do so much here.
Trying to go for the reposition, trying to find that timing. They hear the feet burning.
Nice! This is all you need, 1 round. Let's go!
Apex will try to find the exits. The Mongolz needed an answer. And by God, we found it.
Give it up for Ebzinho.
2-5.
Both entries with a Tech 9 out of Halls. Versus who? Rops and Zaiwu of all people.
5 से 6 राउंड चाहिए यार टी साइड में
And
बस.
then the lineup.
Yeah.
So there's the sign of life. There's that half buy, pull through. In a situation where Senzu and 910, the two players that were finally having their best playoffs in history, are currently dropping the ball. 1 kill between them, and Zinho gives you a little X factor to try to work with.
And now the utility's starting to work back in the other direction. They've taken some hits here even on this round, but went a little bit better for the T side. Now, the thing about chess is you have to wait for your opponent to go before you can go again. But Blitz, in this fluid game of Counter-Strike, he can create an explosive game of Counter-Strike.
Chess player ho jana Blitz.
That's what Vitality called the Mongols before this match took place. They have to be ready on all fronts. We see that early Hall smoke.
Asian level.
Map control throughout the series has been pretty good for the Mongols. They paid inside a middle for Dust 2, but they never stopped trying to take it. And they overall owned it on Mirage.
This is a change up in the A setup in anticipation of another attempt to take down this bomb site. Messi's gonna get flashed in and he will—
Nice!
There was no answer back. Robs leans further away from his earlier perch positions. Zaiwu over towards the arch side, turns just in time.
What a pick.
Nice!
Nice! And we're gonna go 2 versus 2 with the B site defenders halfway here. Flamesy still playing around on arch. In the time that it'll take Apex to get into play, Flamesy takes a glance over towards the front of brackets.
And 910's going graveyard. This is a big— oh, he runs back actually.
Still with 0 kills. Gets a flash of the presence over towards the library. Apex just dancing with the devil. 910 wounded down to 32. Flamesy getting ever closer. Apex getting away with a robbery. Senzu from the back aside.
अरे यार कितना shot miss करेगा 910.
Baited that shot out from the library, scaled with every single miss to follow. 910 had his best chance on that last shot and couldn't put it together. Too much pressure from Apex.
So the change up here for Vitality is to throw Mezzi in the front, and it still doesn't get what they need.
Yeah. Oh.
How many times is 910 gonna not shoot Apex?
That was the chance. Can't say he didn't put himself in a good spot.
Phenomenal.
Oh. Incredible shooting from the captain. Mongolz running through these timeouts. Half is certainly not over, but at this pace,
Phase broke in his hurt,
you
so
can't drop
now
those
we
2v2s when you have the sight.
rock with the Mongols.
The final map of the season.
What a treat. Look at this B defense. Oh, Vitality's starting to feel a little confident with this consecutive A pressure that's been coming out.
I swear the problem with them, playing against them, they're so hard to condition. I mean, something could work 3-4 times in a row, they'll still try to go for it.
I was thinking to myself, maybe they think that Mongols have less than they do. Trying to get aggressive like that.
They're really focused in on A. They put a lot into that single Molotov that came down.
Who's on the scene now. Flamesy gets that support system. For a series that's had a lot of pokes and prods in the middles of the round, Inferno felt like at first Vitality just wanted to react. But this round, I mean, that is an opening gambit that pays off into alt.
Flamesy's the guy you can leave alone in B. Every team he's ever played on, he's played Banana, oftentimes by himself. He's very good shoulder spotting, not dying to ops, making sure to use his utility perfectly. So good at getting those one-ways off back in CSGO. Someone so young, won so much. And after this map, if he wins, we'll grab that chip. Not something you want to think about, but
slides out when he has to, gives himself a flash to do it again. And Senzu's able to dodge that flash, so the trade is good, if not a little delayed. We're gonna have pressure on this site again. You've got Apex within it, you've got Robs over towards the pit, and the support towards spawn. In the off chance that they try to take it into CT would have been one thing. Apex gonna have to go massive again, and he's getting in with the damage. A fast reposition.
अरे यार बहुत हग रहा है यार ये 9-10 बहुत हग रहा है यार.
Brutalizing them. He's playing like the champion that he is versus every generation's IGLs in this game. He's played against them all. When they played against Na'Vi, Rob said he's more nervous to play against Na'Vi because they weren't used to it. Apex said, I know how to play against Blade's teams. He can tap into that history. He's the one who won't get nervous. Pronax, Fallen, Kerrigan, Glaive, he has seen it all.
And so they reach 7 rounds. An elusive score for Inferno in Austin. Tons of utility pressure yet again as the Mongols limp towards this banana. And we see this more and more confident Vitality starting to grow across the map from the alt-mid push of last round into the double up on banana. Very passive here from Techno, but they're gonna go into the boost. Off of the reload, Techno slides down beneath. They don't know. But he is barely standing. And his timing could be to a T.
They won't know about this.
Turned. Unsure about the boost. It's a fast recovery from Flamesy, but there's still an open gate. Blitz has got the bomb out middle. Wait, nice! Kind of a peek. Him and Mzinho are gonna get it. Will Mezzi find these again from the same position as last round? Finds one and leaves.
They could keep the game alive with this round. 3-on-3. Rob's coming in from behind as usual.
Nice! Mezino!
Mezzi's got the gap. Whoa, he's not able to collect the kill. But that does give Flamesy a chance back towards sight. Already a good smoke to work in front of. That's just the right amount of cover. But they're still going to play for the bracket side. They don't know. They don't know where exactly the Mongols stand.
Oh, that smoke.
That is going to leave a massive gap on top of the route that Flamesy's already created for
nice!
himself. But he opts to go around the barrels. And that is already Senzu locked in. You've got half health of the 2 players. You've got Mezzi trying to tap back into his ability to clutch.
Nice!
A-side falls again at the very least. It's a
Let's go!
side for the Mongols.
Honest days work on that.
Energy दे रहा हूँ मैं अपना.
Banana take over control. Get back to mid. All the way down to the 3v3. Every moment is a way back in for Vitality. They're there watching and trying to guard these spots. But Zaiwu goes cross-side trying to peek into mid. Mezzi doesn't finish off his meal when he peeks off Arch. And this is how Mongols...
Come on, Benzin! Going on, Benzin!
ये जो तूने ट्वीट किया है ना वो सब उसका नतीजा है.
चुप हो जा भाई. 9-10 को बोल अच्छे से खेल ले.
Microphone sound muted.
They'll force a timeout from Vitality for once.
So while that B site looks under lock and key, there is a chink in the armor of the A site defense.
Yeah, they found a gap. And they're really successful at taking brackets. You can see that.
Oh, yes.
Vitality have shaped up a lot on B. I mean, counting up this utility damage, it's gone swimmingly this entire half, but almost every single time they find a way to get their trades or get up mid. It's only that one anti-eco that got crushed.
Ooh, fire beneath them. He's gonna get some of the util out. While they've taken over bracket, we've had Vitality attack it into ult. We've had Mezzi maybe get a little too repetitive from that corner. But repetition will cause hesitation for the Mongols in this round. And very quickly, Apex is calling the troops over. They want to bolster this bomb site before the follow-through comes out, because you've said it, brackets looks good for the Mongols. They have taken it over entirely yet again with a minute on this clock.
They've got an interesting defense. I mean, they're on the perimeter. They're stopping what could be a B play. It feels like that Apex is worried about a split coming this direction, but it's not. It's going to be a full wrap. Zaiwu might get full contact, but on a sliver angle, he'll actually try to rotate around. Now it's on Mezzi once again. Yes, Rob's in the mini pit to support him.
Zaiwu, Hail Mary. Rob's head down in the little pit for now. Mzinho about to emerge out from the apartments, and Robs is going to be standing down beneath him. Mezzi looking like a shell of himself, but first it's back turn.
Nice.
There's Mzinho with the drop and no scope at Azaiwu. What is happening? Mezzi in the corner, dealt with.
Nice.
Another no scope.
Going gut shot to gut shot, back and forth. Finally a man advantage for the retake. We've
nice.
seen him come out 2v2. 11 health for 910 makes a world of difference. He has second thoughts, a chance to reload that op, but the element of surprise, it's coming out from Apex, and he will catch Mzinho. So now with 11 HP, he is gonna have to pull this out from the same place. Apex found his impact. Fantastic flash. No chance.
भाई ये क्या flash था?
Vitality take 8.
The flank round was so perfect there from Apex to come up through the halls. As you can see from Mzinho, he missed the one moment. Like ships in the night, Apex got up into Boiler. That was the moment where 910's disarmed to the site. He gets flanked from behind, and that's the shot that Zywoo hit.
It's not the only one that he tried to send through smoke.
Mzinho no man's land में था यार.
And I mean, this map is going to be a statement for Apex if he is able to keep up this ability.
Again, the CTs were close by, but as soon as Mongolz had them on the outside of that smoke, on Library, out in CT.
You are fucking insane! I want this face jump with you, boys! Let's go! Let's go, boys! Fucking get it, boys.
You can hear the ecstasy. It's a party over there for Vitality, keeping the energy up, and look at Apex go, 15-4.
Chance and Banana steps up to the test. A little bit delayed to put the smoke down. And so the recovery for the Mongols, again, just cheesing the side of these smokes, getting away with something, trying to head back towards middle.
I'd love to see the head-to-head between Mzinho and the A players, whoever it is. Robs, Zywoo, he's getting out there.
Oh God, roll this into momentum. Zywoo floating around Robs. This position gets spammed, and he's gonna get dinked in the process. Yeah, it's not nearly as comfortable. Robs able to get the double. And with the smoke in front, Mezzi opens. Bomb plant in the middle, and 910 has to cover. There's a good amount of health now this time, but he only has 2 kills on this third map. 910's performance is betraying him. The stars of the Mongols that got them here have bottomed out. It is now or never. 910 unable.
ये बंदा तो इतना हगरा है ये मैप, इतना हगरा है ये साइड पे.
12 rounds of play, 6 rounds of a lead. A major on the line.
इतना हगेगा तो नहीं होगा यार. Yep.
Microphone activated.
Come on yaar, Mongolz, come on yaar. সকাল হয়ে গেছে এখানে। পুরো দেশের কত লোক দেখছে। তো লেট কেন এখন? Let's go Mongolz.
So it's a marked improvement out of the
Let's
Vitality
go
camp, but it
Mongolz.
is still in the back of their minds.
Let's go
the beast
Mongolz.
that they have to overcome. Knowing Inferno is where they have failed in Austin, if Vitality want to grab that crown jewel, they need to close this game, and they've got to do it against this crowd. Austin, the final half of your major begins.
You guys have done just as well as the players to make this feel amazing, maybe even better. Now Mongolz look for a pistol to give themselves a fair shot at the comeback. That's what Blitz is hoping for. A chance to call rifle rounds. To show that they can match what Legacy and what Mouse did to Vitality already at this event. A map that they have gone the distance on versus Vitality.
First and foremost, smoked off of Brackets. Brackets was such a key piece of the Mongolz T side. For better or not, ooh, Blitz taking early damage. Might not bode well, but you've got Mdino, and he's only going to find his single kill. 9-10 up next, clean sweep of the site. Again, it is Mezzy to step up.
Oh, they absolutely ran through that Mezzy. 16 and 8 off this 3K. 2 players left alive here for the Mongolz.
Senzu takes a look towards Pit, and they will cut the head off this snake.
They're gonna Vitality. Have to Bernie if they win this, man. Winning a 2v4 retake on the A side, it's unheard of.
Nobody slithering here for Vitality. They just lock into their corners. They allow the retake to come to them. Senzu gets another. Zyru's gonna close it. It may have been opened up by Mezzy, but it's Vitality stars to shut it down. Double digits in an instant.
They picked great spots. Mezzy came through, a player we've been talking about in highlight moments more than we ever have in his career. Somebody who, in his initiation to Vitality, was just their 5th best player. Just a guy who seemed like a great presence, who was decent at anchoring, but struggled to find that chemistry when Spinks was on the team. Now he has really blossomed. He takes control, he wins rounds by himself, he pulls out clutches, and we can see what he does with the pistols.
Gonna try to get aggressive through that smoke. Blitz actually gets killed on the fall back. This is Vitality with 2 MAC-10s, and this could be a quick one. MP9 into the apartments, just straight up taken down by Zywu. And what a beautiful moment this could be for the formula of Vitality, because we haven't had to say his name too often. 8 frags on this 3rd map as he watches his teammates move past him. Taking over versus the Mongolz. They now sit pretty in a 5v3, and Vitality, with a wealth of experience, know how to avoid these sorts of mistakes.
Mongolz may be a young team, but Vitality made moves to make their team younger too, and that was a risk at the time. A risk that has certainly paid off. These have become players that you can trust in any circumstances. Looking for a chip to finish their season. I'm sure it would almost feel like if they didn't win this, nothing mattered at all. But with this run, Vitality, this could be the best in 6 years that we've seen from any rosters.
You can see just how safe they are, escorting Robs to get that bomb over towards B. It's the beauty of the change that Valve gave us by putting this event at the end of the season. Everybody plays towards the major. And while Vitality have blown our minds with their consistency and results throughout this season, we have slowly started to see them look more human the closer they got to this final hurdle. It is poetic that Inferno's where this ends.
Yes, indeed. And Rops will be forever remembered as the difference. Before Vitality, everybody knew he was that thoroughbred star role player, made space on maps, didn't need extra help when he anchored, but it never became so clear since he joined this team how quickly they took off. anchor you cannot replace.
Okay.
So for the Mongols, we'll find out now if the lights are too bright.
Mongolz.
One map in the series. But then they saw the finish line. And ironically, that's when it gets the farthest away.
Final timeout called by Mara. For the first time ever, when they were whooping Vitality, we started to see Senzu smile. We started to see emotions break through for the Mongols. Something that somehow, some way, through trials and tribulation, they have always kept to themselves. The youngest ever team to make it to a major finals.
Oh, man. Making history from so many different perspectives. They have so much to be proud of. But when you're this close, and you're giving yourself this much of a chance, and you have the biggest threat in the grand finals, take some pressure off. Play the good CS we saw in map 1. You've got nothing else to do today. I saw a sign in the crowd that said CS is played one round at a time. They've got to dig into that mental space. The same one that got them to this final. Already their best result this year.
Apex storms his way through Banana, sends that frag grenade deep onto Senzu. He's gonna have to deal with the chip damage now. It takes the greatest teams in history a long time to learn how to win. Look at Astralis. 2024 was a year marked by disappointment for Vitality and yet promise. The thought of Mongols pulling this one out of the hat would have been nothing shy of a Cinderella story. And Senzu tries to tap into that fairy tale with a smoke spam back sight, at least a hope at holding off this B site. Bomb yet to be planted and smoke soon to fade. And there is more utility where that first one came from. If the Mongols want to take a swing at this, now feels like the time. But they're going to let Mzinho get into the flank first. And as he gets ever closer, he's going to make contact versus Zaiwu, who has the advantage of the Galil. Damage goes both directions, but the Mongols have to make a difficult decision. Do you try? Do you put your entire major on the line? Dreams wielded in this clutch attempt towards B, shut down by the best. 9-10 versus 3 denied, and Vitality will secure themselves 9 championship points.
You see the breath that Apex takes after this moment. Zaiwu's smile on his face. The two young players on the right enjoying this, contributing so much. The fantasy season. Vitality might be able to complete it here and now in front of this crowd. Something that we didn't think was possible in CS2, to put on an era.
Ooh, fire beneath him. Gonna give him a little lifeline.
Nice.
Flamesy actually kills Blitz in the process. But that one goes down towards middle, so a successful endeavor out from the Mongols on B. Every round they play from here on out will be without the score in mind. Counter-Strike is played round by round, kill by kill, click by click.
Nice!
And with 9-10 finding a couple more kills, these rifles that they have barely found in their hands could damn well extend play. Flamesy, birthday boy.
What's a 9-round comeback?
He doesn't see a way back in.
भाई मंगोलियन से सामने भाई कुछ भी पॉसिबल है
आ गया भाई छक्का
भाई वो स्ट्रीम कर रहा है मन गाली दो अच्छा ही लगता स्ट्रीम पे कोई बंदा
अरे तू मुझे क्या छक्का बोल रहा है? 9-10 मार ही नहीं पा रहा है।
तेरी वजह से नहीं मार पा रहा भाई, तेरा ट्वीट देख लिया।
हाँ बहुत सड़ी के ये सब चूतिया पर बातें मत कर, ठीक है ना?
अभी देख, अभी इसको गाली नहीं पड़नी चाहिए।
आप तो नाराज हो रहे हो, तो मस्ती में बोल रहे हैं।
अभी कांचा भाई इसको गाली नहीं पड़नी चाहिए।
क्यों गाली पड़नी चाहिए? क्योंकि मैं ट्वीट किया हूँ। ट्वीट तो भाई पूरी दुनिया किया है भोसड़ी के।
नहीं किया, पर प्रॉब्लम तेरी है बहनचोद।
हाँ प्रॉब्लम तेरी है।
अगर मंगोल जीत जाएगी तो तुम टकले हो जाओगे।
हाँ अब कुछ नहीं हो रहा कांचा भाई, इट्स टू लेट। फिरोज को कॉल लगा दी, कब तक वाइटलिटी जीत भी गई होगी।
बहनचोद उसका भाई इतना मतलब एक बकेट लिस्ट में होता है भाई, जाके देखने का मेजर देख लिया।
अभी तो हांगकांग में हो रहा है, चल रहा है लिस्ट पे स्काई स्पोर्ट्स का इवेंट है।
हांगकांग में हो रहा है ना ब्लास्ट का इवेंट T1। जब तक मैं फ्री में नहीं जाऊंगा तब तक नहीं। T1 क्या होता है? ये जो चैंपियनशिप हुआ था इंडिया में, वो क्या T1 नहीं था क्या? हाँ वो T1.72 था। कुछ भी नहीं था भाई, वो एस टीयर भी नहीं था, वो था। जब तक फ्री में नहीं जाने मिलेगा ना, नहीं जाऊंगा भाई। तेरी बात कराता हूँ।
तो आपने खतरनाक डिमांड।
मैं पीजीएल को वो जानता हूँ। नहीं भाई इतना तो जा चुका हूँ अभी तक फ्री में। ये मेजर बचा है बस, बाकी तो जा चुका सारा। आईएम को लोगने में गया, को लोगने नहीं आईएसएफ में गया था। आईएसएफ में आईएसएफ भी सही है, आईएसएफ और आईएम भाई। वहाँ तो 300 कितनी 150 टीम थी ना उधर जब गया था। पूरी 150 टीम, पूरी कंट्री आती है ना, एक हर कंट्री से एक। बस इंडिया नहीं आई थी, पाकिस्तान का आया था वो बीजेम आया कुछ तो।
पबजी मोबाइल
वहाँ पे एक प्लेयर था 9 नाम से शायद, मंगोलिया का। हाँ और 9-10 तो यहाँ आया था, मुंबई जब किया था।
नाइस
किया था भाई।
क्या हो गया?
अरे इसका स्ट्रीम थोड़ा पीछे है। भाई वो मैजी ने कितनी जल्दी ट्रेड लिया भाई, तुमने देखा किसी ने?
यस अबे अच्छा खेल रहा है, देखना भाई उसका फ्रैग देख लो
भाई। वो न्यूक का क्लिप देखा था उसका लास्ट राउंड में। हाँ भाई सारे हेडशॉट उसके जो क्रिस्प लगे थे भाई, केजीएम में याद आ गई थी मैच। भाग दिया ना, गाली दे दी ना।
नाइस बेंजी नाइस। ओह पर कुछ नहीं होगा गाइस, अपन फेक हाइप पे बैन।
अबे हाँ ये वो वाला सीन चल रहा है।
तो मैं 12 राउंड पे देख रहा कैसे चिल्ला रहे लोग।
वो बच्चा
नाइस
बलून लेके रखा है, पर बच्चा और किसके हाथ
नाइस।
देख ये मादर फेक हाइप निकालो भाई।
अबे
कांचा परमिशन तो दे फिर से।
कांचा किक कर रहे, परमिशन किक कर।
भाई मैं किसी को किक नहीं कर सकता भाई। मैं दुश्मन क्यों बनाऊं भाई, मेरा दोस्त है।
मुझे करनी है दुश्मनी यार।
अबे रेवन भाई डिस्कॉर्ड पे आ जा यार।
उड़ जाते हैं ऐसे।
इसको तो ग्लैश है,
बहुत बड़ा घर है।
अबे वो देख
500 मीटर दूर रहते हैं बाकी घर में।
नाइस
अरे वो
इधर गया भाई, शूट कर दिया है।
कैटा किधर गया भाई?
मार
नाइस
करो अच्छा सी है।
अबे भाई ये बर्थडे बॉय को एज दे रहा है क्या?
बर्थडे बॉय को एज नहीं कुछ और मिलेगा।
पता मैं राउंड ये जीजिए भाई। ये वापस भाई को भरोसा है भाई।
वो फ्लेम्स के पास एक के मार छूट गई गाइस, हार गए पे। एक के साइड है,
वापस भाई को भी कम मिलेगा।
वी हैव एक के, वी हैव एक। इट्स ओवर, खत्म मैच।
चुप कर जाओ।
ये नहीं है भाई अभी।
आ दिया भाई ये स्पॉइलर अपना।
खत्म मैं बोल रहा हूं ना, मैं खत्म है।
चुप हो जा भाई। अरे यार कड़बू
अक्कड़ बम्बे वो
गाइस
खत्म है भाई।
एशियन भाई क्या तक
मिस कर रहा है,
तो नेड मार रहा है।
जी
How to lose 2v5.
इजी क्लच और करो पुश मादर चोद जितने और पुश करा। नाइस
इजी क्लच
भाई रेवन हेलो
भाई ये कितना काम था बे वो
भाई।
क्या हुआ?
फकिंग टेक्नो भाई। ओए अबे
खेला है ये?
हां ये तो जूस लग रहा है।
खेला है
नहीं है भाई
के अंदर है, निकालो
भाई। सब खड़े हो गए भाई विनिंग मोमेंट के लिए भाई।
जूस बना के
भाई टेक्ना वो छक्की गन है भाई। हां यार
दे रेवन हमेशा
टेक्निक का फायर 50% कर दो। पता है अनुबीस में जब मिड जाओ तो साला कैमरा से मारते मारते टेंपल पहुंच जाता हूं, बंदा मर जाता है भाई। भाई रनिंग छक्की है भाई तो उसकी।
टेंपल से कैमरा लगता है आप अलग मैप पे पहुंच गए।
अबे कैमरा से टेंपल बोल रहे।
910 showed you promise at the start of that.
अंदर भाई थोड़ा सा इतना डिटेल में क्यों जाता है भाई?
910 had you believing, but he also missed a critical shot that could
अबे
have lost them this game.
याद आ गया ना दूसरा मैप पे.
Will Vitality think about the fact that they gave that away so close to the trophy?
तो डिटेल में
910 भाई एंगल छोड़ दो
अपनी
मैच
भाई 910 भाई एंगल
तो दिया रॉब्स को लौड़े.
नाइस. अंदर भाई यहाँ पे अगर एक और प्लेयर होता और इन लोगों को सेटअप होता तो मारा था रॉब, पता है सो दोनों को
हाँ वो जब भी वो सेटअप करता है जो भी टीएफ्स आते हैं वो गॉड बन जाता है भाई वो रॉब
जब
नाइस जब एक होता है जब पिसार निकल जाता है इतना कैसे कुत्ते की वीडियो देखिए वो मूतने लग जाता है वो वाला
पॉसिबल है बट टेक इतना गंदा खेल सकता है एक बार के ओवर एक्सटेंड.
जीजी है क्या?
जी है ब्रो ये रीटेक
में भाई डी से रीटेक होने वाला है ये.
वो जो 3 बंदे जिंदा है ना भाई वो
ऐसा ट्रायंगल बनाएंगे ना ट्रायंगल को हेल बना देंगे भाई.
तुझे पता है बर्मुडा ट्रायंगल
तुम्हारी कब से.
अरे भाई तो चुप हो जा भाई.
हैप्पी बर्थडे भाई हैप्पी बर्थडे हो गया.
खत्म गाइस ओवर इट्स ओवर.
जाइबू खत्म करेगा जाइबू
मैं भी खत्म कर रहा हूं.
जाइबू थाला
खत्म.
जाइबू थाला
प्रॉप्स मेजर जीत गया.
मार के खत्म कर जाइबू.
ओ भाई
भाई उधर ही खड़े खड़े नाच दिया.
ये सबसे ये इवेंट स्काई स्पोर्ट्स से बड़ा था क्या?
नहीं
भाई क्या धोया है भाई.
हाला फॉर अ रीजन.
ये भाई सही में चल रहा मुझे वाला
सच में भाई जा रहा है पेशाब. अच्छा बच.
ये देख मैं बोला ना कि ये चढ़ने वाला है.
बजे बैंक रोड पर
ऑलर ऊपर कर ली भाई.
भाई सब साइड पे हो गया भाई.
तेजस है भाई ये तो राइवल
हां भाई
आया था अभी देखा.
सपनों दिखा के
मस्ती मत करो भाई.
तो लगा के तो
चक्कर के भेजे
from the Mongolz and trying to stop this from happening after map 1. You can see they might have been scared, but this isn't the first time they've been tested.
टेबल पे भाई 500
एडमिन बोल रहा है ये पागल है क्या?
अब मैनेजर देखे भी हो भी.
हां
Another test passed. And a well-deserved break after this match.
कितना पैसा मिलेगा इनको रे अब?
अबे 910 का रिडेम्पशन आज चालू होगा छोटे वालों के साथ.
4 लाख
भाई बस कट करके आ गया तू. नहीं और नाम चेंज कर दिया.
अब पीछे गाना बजेगा जिससे नेक्स्ट इवेंट पे एंटर हो. कैन माय टेल मी एट.
हां 9 10 यप 10 11 10 11 नहीं भाई 11 12
दो कदम ही आगे.
मैं भी बता रहा हूं 9 11 रख रहा हूं और भाई एरोप्लेन की
गांडू भी रखेंगे उसका नाम. 9 11 तो मारा गया गांडू.
रॉब्स हो गया 2x मेजर विनर. एपेक्स हुआ 3x.
जाइबू हो गया 2x मेजर एमवीपी.
लेंस भी मेजर जीत गया.
लेंस को भाई बर्थडे बॉय को गिफ्ट दे दिया भाई.
भाई दिखाया मेरे को.
भारी है बे.
हां अलग से
बे भाई
ये क्या है मैच पत्थर.
50 किलो की एयर ट्रॉफी है राइमर पता है
भाई. ये लोग नहीं उठा पाएंगे 50 किलो अगर है
मिलके उठा ली.
50 किलो है भाई 3 लोग ने मिलके उठाई है.
फिर भी नहीं उठा पाएंगे भाई.
उठा लिया भाई.
भाई इससे अच्छी ट्रॉफी भाई इससे अच्छी ट्रॉफी ना वहां थी भाई. स्काई स्पोर्ट्स मास्टर में थी भाई.
सही में भाई
वो टाइम बहुत अच्छी थी.
गॉबलेट ऑफ फायर बना
भाई फर्स्ट टाइम इतने बड़े स्टेज पे ट्रॉफी उठाई भाई.
मेसी वो शिवानंदी बैठा बोलता है पता है कांचा वो ट्रॉफी टूट गई थी मैंने नया बनवाया एक रात के अंदर.
वाह
इंसेन ट्रॉफी थी भाई.
एक रात के अंदर ही
जो मेरे मोबाइल में फोटो खींची थी मेरी जब क्या वापस.
चलो भाई अब
Messi top 5 on the server bro.
Yep.
Big game player.
भाई आपका गेम प्ले मेसी.
इसके लिए तो भाई निकाल दिया बोला इसको रखो ये सो.
भाई जाइबू ने क्या
खुद के जूते.
जाइबू ने क्या घोस्ट किया है फाइनल.
खुद के जूते का ट्रैक पैंट चड्डी भी है अंदर.
भाई तो हिलवा दिया भाई.
के दिखाएगा
एपेक्स दिखाने वाला है.
हां पीछे से उतारेगा और पीछे देखना भाई गेट पे हनी भी बनी होगा.
और लिखा होगा पीछे वाइटैलिटी चमकीले में.
इसके आंसू
भाई तो गुड़िया बन के आई है भाई.
Finally turned them from Cluj to Paris, now in Austin, your third major victory. victory. What does it mean to you to do it here in Austin and to turn all these people's hearts now in your favor?
That was an amazing journey to play here. I love being the villain. I love that you wanted to fuck me, actually. But yeah, we've worked so hard all together, and I'm so happy that we managed to come back after this terrible first map. But that's what we said to each other, like this year it already happened that in the grand final we lost the first map and we knew we could come back. And on the last two maps there were no game, we were just a better team, and I'm just proud of my boys, how much they work out and everything. And thank you, Austin, fucking thank you!
They may not have loved you, but they have to respect you. When it comes to getting those comebacks, sometimes losing but having to be back, we can listen to snippets of you talking to your team so often. Can you tell me something about how you have grown as a leader over these years? Because it really does seem like you are their captain at every moment of the day.
Well, I think overall, of course, I manage better my emotions. It had to be important because I'm a really emotional person. And I think that in big tournaments, I'm trying to be the best captain I can, not only IGL. And yeah, I think this tournament I've never been tilted on my guys, even though we played bad. And also a lot of hard work. And I'm happy it worked out today on the team side, but on the individual, because on Inferno, I fucked them.
Never change, Dan. You said this one was for the haters, but I believe it is also for some of the guys on your team who wanted to win their first major, Robs who wanted to make up for those lost finals, of course. So what do you want to say about them?
Well, I'm sorry, Mages, but Robs is the best mover of all time. 7 trophies in 7 tournaments. Like, what else can you do? What else? Guys, you can see already the best team of 2025. There is no doubt. It's that. And all the Messi doctors as well. Like, yes, last year remove Messi, but look, we still win 7 trophies with him. And remove Apex, and yeah, fuck you guys.
Listen, I'm gonna ask one more question. I don't know how many times you're gonna say fuck you again, but let's see. Finally, you say it there, 2025 is the year of vitality, but it's been a long season already. Is there anyone you want to shout out in the organization at home that have made this all possible, because they are always behind you?
Yeah, all the support, like the French, first of all, like the Golden Hornets that are really always behind us. They are the best fans. Unfortunately, they couldn't come because that cost a lot of money for all of them. But everyone believing in us, believing in me and Vitality when things went wrong. And at least, once again, for the 13th time of my career, I proved the haters wrong, and that's what I'm the most happy about. And yeah. And thank you to the owners as well. Neo, he's been also an important boss for us, always trying to solve problems. After Shanghai, we had a long call. He believed in me, and of course we had Robin, so he helps as well. And yeah, I'm just proud of everyone and really happy. And shout out to my girlfriend at home watching as well.
Thank you very much, Apex. Congratulations.
Yeah, and you know the celebration, did we got it there? Yeah, the celebration doesn't stop. Hello? Oh, there we go. Hey, the celebration's not done. I got the rest of the guys over here. Give it a round of applause for Team Vitality. Flames, happy birthday, bud. Hell of a birthday present.
That's a crazy birthday to have. Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Hey, can we give him a happy birthday one more time, Austin?
Happy birthday, Flames!
There you go. But on your side, man, you done sweating for the day or what?
Yeah, it was tough. It was the final of the major. Yeah, thank you guys. I think they wanted that for 2 or 3 days at least.
They've been waiting for that. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Thank you, of course. Thank you to the organization as well. They always believe in me. And you brought me back, and I promised me this time to bring a major, and I did, so thank you to him.
Congratulations, X-Taz. Oh yeah, go on. Mr. Dan, please.
Yeah, one last thing, and the people you never see behind us, like the staff we have been amazing as well the last 7 months. Why we have a strong mentality, why we never give up, why we play fucking good CS as well, is thanks to those guys. So props to our staff that are here, and I love you guys.
That stand mat is clear. This is Team Vitality. Austin, give it up for your finalists, your champions. It's Vitality!
Vitality's world, and we are simply just living in it. Their reign of terror is real. We're talking 7 grand finals, 7 trophies, and a punctuation mark of the major to be ending out their 2025 season. A practically unstained record throughout it, Jacob. An incredible masterclass from Vitality tonight.
We are witnessing history right now. We are witnessing arguably the best team to at least play Counter-Strike 2 ever, and I would even...
Chalo guys, good night. आज का वॉच पार्टी हो गया Mongolz ने अपना बेस्ट दिया but it's okay, they have done a much more जो आज तक कोई कर नहीं पाया था, so congratulations to them and Vitality as well. Asian CS will boost up now. Thank you for watching with me guys. फिर मिलते हैं on my next stream. Good night.